Welcome back to Tomb of Faith, High Walls of Sunsend, Session 8, entitled Village of Blue. So, everybody with us, this is the first game that we've done it for the West Marches, 8 sessions to get there, where every player here has played at least one game before. We are all aware of our lines and veils. We are all aware of, the table discussion. And if you aren't familiar with these folks, just watch the backlog. I believe I just posted a playlist of the shows. We're not going to delve too much into that. What we are going to focus up on is downtime activities, which we touched on a little bit last session, but I want to make sure everybody is on the same page when it comes to how this works. So I'm going to start with Brent because I feel he is my most kind of on the ground, like understanding of my position here, and I can mold him if he's not. But your character, excuse me, Romulus, has not been seen since session. Do you remember the last session you were in?
It was the one where we went to the mine. I think
Correct.
it was.
So that would have been 4. Okay. Now you personally were Johnny on the spot when it came to spending your downtime activities in the thread that I posted in the chat, and that's great. And that downtime is been accounted for. Double checking here, player notes, downtime. Your character is Romulus. I actually don't have any downtime noted. What did you do for your downtime? Did you post? You posted it, right?
Yeah, the first few I befriended Benson with the first 3, I think it was.
Okay.
And then the next ones for the games after that, I think Kevin was going to give me his item and I was going to work on the broken bridge.
Okay.
If
Yes.
my memory is correct.
Okay. So, how many points of that were you spending towards the bridge? Just want to check in on there.
Um, let's see. It has a clock 1 of 4.
Mm-hmm.
As many as, let's see, because it takes 100 gold pieces.
And
My shoulder pads are worth 250, right?
well, yeah, but remember, he's offering a 250 gold piece jeweled dagger, so that's going to be 2 hits. And then I believe when I discussed it with him, he's going on vacation soon, so he's kind of scattered. It's Kevin too, also, you know. But there's 50 left over. His expectation was that was just going to be left over for you for using your downtime to satisfy this, basically as payment. But if you'd like to use that 50 capital and kind of put your own 50 in on it to pay for that last tick, we would have the bridge already built. You want to
Yeah,
do that?
I'll do that.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll notate that here on the bridge clock, and the bridge is now connected. By the start of next session, I will have the handout in the broken bridge location that is located right here for those who are curious. That will be updated with the bridge in its construction and fullness. And that'll actually open for other people who are doing roaming quests and such a new option, because now that the bridge has been completed, it becomes very evident that there seems to be a cave structure behind the waterfall that's near the bridge, which is an opening to another dungeon. So, perfect. Okay, and I'll make sure to get those notated. You said Benson for 1, and then, because you played 1 game in the first 5, and then 3 on the bridge. And then you haven't played since then, so it's session 8. So you have 2 more downtime points, and these would be after the downtime phase, so after that first bit. So how would you like to spend those, if at all?
I'll probably do those with Benson.
Okay, so
2 more on befriending Benson.
Benson being finalized, what that means is during this session, you have a single luck point. A luck point can allow you to re-roll a single dice at any point. Basically, he's given you a fortune reading. He's explained to you like what's going to happen in this, and him being the guy who's sending you on the job, if memory serves, kind of fits that you're with him, talking with him, and the rapport is up. Perfect. And then after the session is done, I'll be giving you a large blast of information. You'll have a new downtime activity, which will allow you to access his first level spells and pay to put those in your book. Cool. So that's downtime activity in a nutshell. It is very complicated sounding. I agree. I agree. And again, if you don't want to participate in it, there's really not much mechanically that's going to be problematic, as people who haven't spent downtime activity points will be refunded in a way once another downtime phase is called. Sam, I think we discussed your downtime.
Yes, my downtime is very similar. 3 points into Benson, and I believe another point into repairing my staff.
Yeah, and that was in the initial first entry. So now, at this point, since you haven't played since session 5 and it's session 8, there's going to be 6, 7. So 6, 7 for you to for you to utilize. So you have 2 more downtime points. Your Benson clock is currently at a 3 of 4, which means you can finalize it.
Yep, absolutely going to do that, because I want that luck point, and I need more spells for my spell book eventually.
Perfect, you have 1 more.
I don't have the money to help with the bridge, and it's done anyway.
No.
Can I do a library search for the town of Blue and like old names it might have used to have?
Now see, this is top level play right here. This is what we're talking about. So in the handout, as we have handed it out, there are skill tricks, and one of those skill tricks is for history, if memory serves. Hold on, my computer is being difficult. You can spend 1 downtime point using your proficiency in history to perform a library search, and that's what's happening, right? So I'm going to have you make a history check. And the passive DC, because the bridge was constructed and finished, has actually changed. So the population for your area is set at hamlet, but because you have basically grown out the space, I'm moving it to village. So the DC for this check is going to be a 17.
Okay.
And you can,
all right. Rolling with normal, no advantage or anything.
You can set it as a passive attempt. So if your history modifier is a 7 or more, you automatically succeed. If it's not, then it will require the roll.
Yeah, it's only a +5, so I'm gonna have to.
You need a 12 or better. Let's see it. Roll a history check. That ain't it, Chief. So you're kind of talking to Benson and befriending him, and like you keep on like going over to the halfling as he's like just telling stories and talking about stuff, and you keep walking over to him and then stopping and going, wait, no, hold on, I got all these books out, and then you go over and like someone has moved the books, probably Orlok or Lucian with his fort, like looking at you over like this stack of books, like what? No, I need this. For the defensive wall. But yeah, you've got a situation where you keep on getting distracted, and others are in the library are kind of moving the books that you're kind of requesting. You just have a bad time of it. Okay, so that's a downtime activity expenditure. Okay, let's go ahead and do Cronus. For those watching at home, Cronus is... Oh, everybody's in the wrong square. Hold on. While I fix the squares, sometimes it happens when I transfer in. But for those watching at home, Zergo is played by Cronus. Zergo, what are you doing with your downtime? I think we discussed... I don't know if we discussed your downtime prior to...
No, we did not.
Okay.
I think for this one, Zergo's just not going to do anything.
Okay. And then...
Special port.
And for the 5 discount, we'll move forward and be kind of engaged with it a bit more as it kind of makes more sense. Understandable. So Zergo, you've been kind of at the fort, waiting, kind of prepared to go out into the field and engage with Sunsend more directly, more of a hands-on experience kind of individual. All right, last but not least, Lucian, played by Peter. So we have a couple of downtimes to kind of functionally go with you. There's the first entry, which is the first 5 points, and then there's the 2 that'll be, well, it'll be 4 points for you because you played in 1 already, and then there's the 2 after that. But is there anything in your mind from the handout that you want to engage with?
Well, the only thing that that I was talking about before was taking that decanter I found, and the idea had occurred to me to use perhaps alchemy to turn that decanter of endless water into a healing potion, so it decants healing potions endlessly. It's something I can research. I know I'm not going to do it at first level.
Oh, for sure.
So
well, to kind of describe it too, like, so Like if you kind of like look at a coffee machine, right? Like you know how it works, right? You know how to turn the decanter
Yeah.
on and shoot the water out, etc. But you don't know the inner workings of it. So you have to take it apart but not break it, kind of like look into the magic of it. So first you need to know how to make a decanter of endless water before you make a decanter of endless like
Right.
healing water.
So
So we're studying
that's that's me researching. So
Yes, that would
that's
be
essentially what I'm doing is learning alchemy and
So-
whatever else it is.
That's your project, and for a, I believe, Decanter of Endless Water is an uncommon level magic item.
Yeah.
It will require 8 downtime activity points expenditure to satisfy the condition of learning how a Decanter of Endless Water is made. So with the first 4 points, and then the additional 2 points here, you're well over halfway to understanding the secrets of the decanter. 2 more downtime,
Right.
and you'll have that recipe, and you'll be able to build a decanter of endless water at your pleasure. Also, for those who
Okay. Yeah.
have recipes, recipes can be transferred. Whoever holds the recipe can take the downtime activity to use the recipe. If you do not have the recipe, you can't use it. But there are currently 2 recipes floating around. Someone learned how to make healing potions, which could save you a lot of study time when you're trying to mix the 2. So just coordinate with whoever that is. I can't remember who for the life of me.
It's Travis's character.
Travis, right. It's Cronus on the, or not, sorry, Cronus, Frozen on the other side, right. And then the other recipe was for silvered weaponry. And what we learned is that undead in this Azumaten region, the low end of Sunsend, apparently are susceptible to silver weaponry as if they had been struck by radiant damage. I'll tell you, the last 2 games, they had no radiant weaponry. The one time someone had a silvered weapon, they were all-star. It was literally just bonk, dead, killing things left and right. So that's also a pretty important one. And I believe that was another Goliath. Halvard, I think, is the one who has the... No. God, there's so many Goliaths in this game. Anyway, the other Goliath fire, Rex, I think it might have been. It might have been Rex, played by Adam. Yeah, Rex knows the secrets of silver weaponry. Cool. All right, so everybody's good on downtime.
Yeah.
At that, Benson brought the group together into the library. Stack of books on a table, smile on his face. I'd like very much to learn about this village nearby that Leo spotted on a hike. I've been reading where I can, and I believe the name of the small town is Blue. Like the color! No idea why. Maybe because it's on the river? I'll go out that way and investigate the area and see if there's anyone there to maybe establish trade with. Or if they're all undead, put them to rest. Questions were asked at that point of Benson in the lead-up. Orlok thought carefully on the matter, examined the books that Benson was reading, and asked, given how many previous expeditions have met the undead, is there any evidence of other life? As in, is there any reason to think there will be people or treasures? Benson replied, well, Bunder's group that went to the mines found someone alive, so there's at least a little hope. But your consideration for it likely just being undead is obviously the most sound. It's not likely anyone resides in Blue, but the dead. Romulus replied sagely, true. Finding Dadgar was a very welcome surprise, and while I'd hoped to find more people, there is no guarantee they will be friendly as Dadgar. So, we should go ready for a fight either way. Lucian, ensconced at a nearby table behind a battlement of books, which we joked about previously, he's been also studying seemingly magical decanters, would peer over, interested, focused, paying attention to what's going on, and would state that it seems that he is to accompany these individuals present on the venture. He offers his assistance as best he can, and then immediately just descends back behind the wall of books. I'm in. Benson would smile to Lucian. Remilda says you and your party did exceptionally well in the Cloaked Wood. I feel as though this sortie will have you a bit closer to home, and I'll reveal that Leo had mentioned seeing an eerie blue light near the village, moving about. I know not what it might be, but certainly something worth investigating. And this piqued Orlok's interest once again, and he stated, "A blue light? I remember. No, I suppose I can't be sure of my memories, but I do remember blue lights are often tied to spirits. Perhaps there are ghosts or some such in the Village Blue." Pulls up spellbook, Strange Leather Tome with Haunted Energy, states, "As a researcher, I must admit my curiosity is piqued. I simply have to go investigate." Now, something that was pointed out in there, which surprisingly accurate, spirits in my campaign setting, ghosts, etc., will have kind of like a bluish haze to them, and this can kind of fade depending on how close they are to the material or how close they are to the ethereal. It's kind of like a slow bleed from like the violet color spectrum into kind of the middle of the color spectrum in green. And like the more foul spiritual entities will have kind of like an almost like true green or kind of jadish color to them, whereas spirits that are more closely linked to the material plane but are still technically incorporeal will be more blue faded. Yeah, the farther away it gets into the land of death, the more red it becomes. Is my dorky, artsy, fartsy way of trying to describe it. But yeah, with that said, the Village of Blue is literally adjacent to the Manor Fort's presence. So I didn't put a token on the table. No need to. The movement's pretty simple. Is there anything preparatory-wise as far as gathering instruments or trading weaponry or what have you that you'd like to do prior to setting out, so we can have that handled?
Before we set out, I would like to cast my mage armor on myself for the day, and also ritually cast Find Familiar.
Oh yeah.
Do you have the money to do it?
Oh, that's right. It costs money. I forgot about that. Hold on 1 second here.
Find Familiar, I believe, is 15 gold pieces.
Oh,
If
is that
Find
all?
Familiar costs money?
Yeah.
Burning an incense worth 10 plus gold
10
pieces, which
plus.
is
10. Yep, and Kenji
Right.
Kenji has it on deck. If you already have Familiar, Familiars last permanently until they die, so you kind of want to be guarded with them. 10 gold isn't a huge payment, but I know some of you are broke.
Yeah, I will use the leftover from selling my shoulders to finish the bridge, and
So it would cost pack of chain 10 gold too, right?
I don't know if it does because it might say without components. Let me check real quick.
Here, well, can I put that in chat?
Yeah, please.
If I can remember how to... I popped out the sheet and now stuff's not working.
Yeah, pop out's kind of weird. It's a module that's not
Yeah.
supposed to be in Foundry, so it doesn't kind of
Let
work
me,
all the time.
Let me go to the normal one real quick.
Warlock, Pact of Chain, 2024.
we're going with a hawk.
Cool. Dope. I'll get a token out eventually. Are you... Yeah, especially when it comes up. Pact of Chain... Without expending a spell slot. So yeah, I believe that satisfies it for material components as well, if it's not expending a spell slot. So you can Pact of the Chain for free. The wizard has to
yeah.
the wizard has to pay for it.
I would like to do that, and let me look at my extended options real quick.
Oh, and just in case, the dang positions keep moving all over the place. I gotta fix these real quick. I think now we're good. Yeah, okay. But it's very funny. I have the wizards on one side of the screen, and the warlocks on the other.
Just incredible party balance.
I think we got 2 warlocks here.
Yeah, 2 warlocks and
Fine.
2 wizards. It is.
I'm also putting up mage armor
Yeah.
from my magic energy defeat. Just
That's what I picked it for too.
Very good. Very good. So the warlocks are the front line, obviously. They have more hit points.
Yep.
I mean, I am a Pact of the Blades, so I mean, I can try.
Zergo looks the fighter type. Okay. And then again, I guess I didn't do this. We haven't actually met each other in character before, unless you have. But yeah, I'll show the character artwork real quick. We'll go for Zergo first. Zergo. Then we'll do Lucian, we'll do the warlocks first. And then we have Romulus. And then we have Orlok. Cool. So the human is the shortest person. Hands down. No contest. Zergo looks shorter, but he's kind of like doing like one of these. But yeah. Cool. Any other preparatory stuff you want to do? Conversations, gathering of gear, trades, etc.?
Good. I don't think anybody really needs a silvered weapon.
Okay.
Because Zergo has one.
Yeah, I'm summoning the Sphinx of Wonder as my familiar, though.
I got that on deck. Okay. Cool.
Right.
And you were going to say something, Peter?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm high enough level to do most of this stuff yet, because most of this familiar things and whatnot don't hit till like 3rd level.
For Pact of the Chain, it's just the invocation. I believe you get those at 1st or 2nd. If you choose them.
I'm Pact of the Blade though. So.
Yeah.
Would you like a silver weapon since you're Pact of the Blade? I can loan you a scimitar or longsword, your choice.
I've got a little dagger. I'm fine with standing way back and shooting spells at things.
Okay, so the fun thing with 2024 Warlock is you can be multiple packs because they are treated as invocations now. So I'm both Pact of Chain and Blade.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which,
Sick.
in my mind, and again, you can have this be canon or not. I don't know if you're familiar with the Warhammer 40k universe, but I assume that Zergo, after signing the Pact of the Chain, like put on a gauntlet and like wrapped a chain around it and lashed it to the sword. So like he's never going to be loose of the blade when it's summoned. But yeah, again, just like the Black Templar mentality in my brain, it's like I have to be connected to my weapon.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other?
I like their thing, but they got it from the World Eaters.
Yeah. Look. We're not going to get into a fight here. Okay? not about Sigismund being a badass, and we don't need to do the worship here. But focusing up. Any other questions or preparatory stuff? Okay.
No, I tend to keep everything to hand, so
Yes.
just satchel bag.
Eldritch blasts across the way. Perfection. So the Village of Blue, you make your way across the bridge, easiest method of getting there. And it being rebuilt by your efforts, you can definitely move out from there. You start to make your way along the water, which you know that the Village of Blue is very small, not very large at all, from what you understand. And it's kind of a good distance down the riverway, where the river has a bit of an embankment or gully that's kind of set off to the side. Before you arrive there, you do see a light stream running off the river Ozumaten into the woods. And looking over in that direction, it does appear that there's a very bright blue light off in the forest a ways away from you. I would say that this is maybe 1,000 or so feet away, or maybe less than that, away from where you know the village to be. So it's north of there. Do you wish to investigate the blue light or ignore it?
I'd like to investigate it personally.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got 2 for yeah. Just need 1 more to make it a...
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. On approach, you would see that this kind of small streamway kind of moves through rock and stone. It has a good drift to it. There's like a decent amount of flow here. And it seems to lead towards this area, this small little clearing set in the forest, but like right on the streamline. In the distance, you can see that the light is obscured by what appears to be standing rock. And as you kind of look at it a little bit more in the fog, it almost looks as though there are standing stone placements with like a stone set on top of 2 larger pillar columns. The light glows blue. It appears almost like some sort of portal or just floating orb of blue light. And you kind of step down the sides of the stream and can see that in this cavalcade of rock, this weird like religious structure or ruin, there are these small creatures moving around that look like they are mostly just made out of blades and kind of very just evil looking, almost demonic. I asked a question in the chat. I didn't get an answer. I just want to double check. Who here has a dark mark?
Me.
Just one, right? Okay, great.
Yeah, just one.
Perfection. Only one silly and or Billy. I'm going to move you to the river, or to the stream here, the stream map. A couple of you probably won't be able to see. Bear with me, I'm just getting your tokens on the board. Sin and Romulus. Okay, so you should kind of see where we're at. Off in the distance, you can see the blue light glowing as it is. And then this creatures. And I will show you what they look like a little bit more visually. They look like this. Basically blade-ish looking creatures that have this very kind of demonic looking underside, but almost like an insectoid like kind of styling to them. There's one that's very much larger than the others. The best way I can kind of do this, and I know this will work for Brent, is to think of them as like dogs. The one that's the biggest looks like Beethoven, like just a big ass dog size, and then the little ones are kind of more closely aligned to what you'd expect of like a Doberman Pinscher or something to that effect. They're small, but they're not they're still pretty sizable. Cool. They do look like they're just kind of scurrying about in that area. This is a time for questions, and it doesn't look like they're aware of your presence as of yet, or concerned about it. We'll go ahead and start with Sam. What's Orlok's first question or intent?
I think Orlok is going to try and use Arcana to determine what kind of, because to him he's thinking, oh, these must be like summoned creatures or devils or demons, something like that.
Do you want to try and surmise, thinking about it, using your bookish knowledge to kind of see if you maybe know?
Yeah, he's been researching a lot. Maybe he read something random about it.
You ready for the most strange response I'm going to give to you to that? Go ahead and make a nature roll.
Nah.
If it was arcane or religious, it would have been those, but no, I asked for nature, yeah.
Okay, I have proficiency, so there's
Perfect.
some bonuses here.
We got this, we can do it. I thought you were going to roll another one, I was going to laugh in your face. No, but you would recognize these creatures. They're a little bit more obscure, but they're what are known as a Kruthic. Kruthics are, they're kind of weird, right? So they're not exactly natural. They are chitinous-covered, reptilian-esque creatures that are monstrosities. Technically, they are on the kind of same scope as like an owlbear or chimera, right? There's some arcane foolery, but it's not that it was instructed. It seems like it's like a natural occurrence of magical just oddness or oddity. These creatures function very much like insects, but have traits in common with reptiles. They very much kind of have a hierarchy where there's a queen, and it is the main breeder of their society, and then they have like workers and young and the like to kind of do their own things. They are seen as, again with the 12, they are seen as desired by some peoples, due in part to the fact that their chitinous shells aren't exactly great for like armor or foraging or anything, but they are a exceptional source of heat generation. If you burn the shells or like the armor plates, they have a very high propensity for kind of keeping forges heated.
Okay.
And they are also attracted to sources of heat. Sorry. Okay, your question, sorry?
I was just asking, so like they're harvestable, basically.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I explained to everybody else. These are like bladed bee dogs. They've got a queen. They've got a hive. They're very much. They're all organized around that leader, and the big one, right? I
Yeah.
pointed the like Beethoven-sized bitch.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that it's not a queen itself. It's some sort of like pack leader, and it looks like this is just a vague wandering pack that might have gotten away from its like larger hive, or it's like a scouting party for them. Okay, moving
Are
from
they edible?
yeah, they're edible. They, they they're not great as a food source. Have you ever had gator?
Yes.
Then you would know what it tastes like, right? Like, and it's obviously an acquired taste. Some people like it. Some people think it's a little bit too fishy.
Zergo's all giddy now.
Well, since it's the case, you asked your question, are they edible? You would presume so. And do you have any other questions that you'd like to ask about the scene, Cronus?
No, I do not.
Okay. Peter, similarly, you're seeing the scenario as it stands. The blue light, the creatures, the structure in front of you. Might be some things that you don't see on the map that are hidden from you if you want to seek out that. What are your questions about the scene?
Well, I think the smartest thing to do is get behind some of that cover that looks like an arch.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly
From where
right.
we are, just get behind this arch over here and go position ourselves behind that.
Do you have stealth trained?
I don't think so.
Is it a skill that you're proficient with, I mean? It is not. Okay, cool.
No, I don't think so.
if you'd like to move up, you can, and use stealth to try and hide yourself. However, is there a member of the party who is trained in stealth?
Let me. I think I have.
I think
stealth.
Zergo
Yeah, I have
is.
stealth.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
have stealth.
Thank God.
there is a skill trick in the stuff. The skill trick is called Group Stealth. All allied creatures that are not proficient with stealth, which is everybody but Zergo, within 15 feet of Zergo will gain a bonus to their stealth checks equal to 1/2 of Zergo's proficiency bonus. So you'll get a +1 bonus to your stealth roll. So if you'd like to, Peter, if you're moving up, and Zergo, if you would oblige, you can go ahead and move up to this position. I just need a stealth check, and the DC is not terribly high. It really doesn't look like they are... What's the best way to kind of describe their activities? It almost looks like they're digging. Like, the path on the ground was probably there, but you're pretty sure that there wasn't this wide open kind of courtyard position that wasn't covered with grass in the space. It seems like they're just like ripping up the grass on the ground.
Find that skill thing again where I can roll for a skill.
Yeah, so yeah, if you, real quick, select your token, right click it, and then up in the top left there should be 2 swords with gray blades. If you click that one, it'll bring up the buttons on the bottom, and then you'll see your picture in the bottom left corner. Above that it says Save Skills Tools, and if you click that it'll bring up the list of all your skills. Got it?
No, not quite.
Okay.
So cross swords.
Yeah. When you right click your token.
Right click, token. Oh, there.
And then buttons are all on
There
the
it
bottom.
is. I see it. I got it.
Awesome.
I got it.
Everybody else good?
Looking in the wrong place.
No worries. Everybody else good on it? Okay.
Yep.
So go ahead and give me a stealth check, everybody, and we will satisfy those. Now.
I mean, I knocked his dice over.
Did somebody get a fire dice? Who did the fire dice? Who was that?
Zergo.
Did you selected dice that are on fire and burn? Like,
you can add effects to your dice based off the rolls on the settings for them.
I love this.
You
Okay.
can give yourself a special like Nat 1.
Hey,
Nat 21 if you wanted to.
Hey Brian, your Cyberpunk dice aren't just the coolest anymore. They're just not it. So right now, current winner of the coolest dice that have wowed Sean the most, Cronus. Well done. Last one. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that was-
it would seem that Orlok's big goofy ass is kind of a problem, and Zergo, you keep on like reaching up and grabbing like the hood of his like robes and like dragging him down, and as he's walking, like it's kind of like a like it's not his fault. He's big, right? But you're able to, with 3 out of 4 successes, you're able to move up to this position. You can basically move anywhere on the map that is I would say kind of south of this line.
there.
Perfect. And I would say too at that, last on my list of peoples is Brent, I believe.
Yeah. So for reference, my hawk is like the limit it can be away from me, like in the air,
Yeah.
just flying above us. As like if
Okay.
I need to look through its eyes, I can later. That way I don't have to have a token for it as well.
I would say too, just as like a quick reflexive thing, like you'd probably do that in the lead up to this before you start moving. There doesn't appear to be any creatures in the environs around.
Got that. Yeah, as long as there's nothing around, then I look to the party and say, well, I guess we're fighting these things.
And do you want your familiar Cronus on the board, or do you want to have it off?
Yes.
Okay, hold on a second.
That thing's our front line, man. That's,
What's the name of it? What was the name of it again?
Sphinx of Wonder.
Sphinx. And there we go. I have it selected on the wrong thing. And this is a tiny creature, so you can apply it to your own square. Just bear with me here while I move that actor into a proper folder. Summons and Sphinx of Wonder. And I am now granting you ownership of that token. There you go. It looks like I might have, or yeah, someone put a little explosion symbol there.
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah. I was trying to measure something, and it did a circle instead of a line. So.
So when you got the thing on the top left, there's the little like character token, and then what looks like a ruler, but it's actually a square. If you keep on the person guy, there will be a next column, and that column will have a ruler in it. That's the ruler you want to use.
Yeah, I got it.
Cool.
I figured it out. I was just trying to figure out where the distance between here and there was. So.
Perfect. Just making sure, again, people at home as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so you move up. You see them. It does look like they're basically like cats in a litter box, just like digging at the dirt for whatever reason. I would like everybody to go ahead and make a perception check at this point, since nobody focused in on it before moving up, but now you're close enough, I think it might be evident. Almost in unison, all of you kind of look to the blue light upon getting closer, and laying on the ground beneath this floating orb of light is what appears to be a humanoid figure. Feminine in appearance, relatively commoners looking clothing, with scratches and marks upon them. I love it. I love it. What I will say is that Orlok on site, Orlok primary on site, it looks as though the orb is floating exactly 3 feet above her head. Like the center of it, it's like there's this polarity to her head and the orb.
They're connected somehow. Like the orb is.
There's no way it's floating that perfectly above her head that it's not. It's too much of a coincidence for it to be floating the way that it is and kind of oscillating a bit as she kind of stirs in her movement there. It almost looks like she's asleep or unconscious, not dead or anything, or like physically wounded to trauma and unconsciousness. Like she fell asleep.
Okay. I wonder what that blue orb is doing. It seems like maybe it's draining her or putting her to sleep or something. Orlok will say.
Okay.
Seems like an after we deal with the blade dogs first, though, the Kruthic.
Yeah, yeah. We're definitely not gonna be able to get past them to get to her.
You could try. I will never
I mean,
say.
Warlock is like towering over and like barely hiding behind a like six. Who's like, I probably shouldn't.
I love the camera zoom in. When
Yeah. Again, Peter, this is what I was talking about. You had the zoom, the auto zoom stuff. Sam apparently is the god of it. Like it's every time he says something, like the camera's like, oh, line it up, dude.
he's definitely paid off the cameraman.
Yeah, for sure. I want you to high and tight, make me look good.
But yeah, so who wants to start the fight?
I was going to take a shot at the big guy in the back with a what you call it, a witch bolt.
So since we're kind of conspiring to ambush, we're going to go ahead and move into an initiative. Let me set up the combat, and bear with me here. All right, so go ahead and select your tokens and roll your initiative. As a reminder, if you have the bottom buttons up, there should be a suitcase and a dice. It's kind of a weird looking dice, but yeah, just click that dice and it'll hit. That's just so freaking rad, dude. That's just so and then that should put you on my board. I will do likewise with each of these as they are not moving in unison. I believe that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got Romulus, I've got Orlok, I've got Zergo. Oh, Peter.
Yeah.
Why didn't it put you on there?
Well, I probably hit the wrong button again. I just rolled a d20.
Oh, okay. So, real quick, in your, you have the buttons at the bottom, right?
I've got spells and all that kind of thing down the bottom. Yeah.
You should see, like, above your character art, there's like it looks like a suitcase, and then next to that is a weird looking symbol, which is a dice.
Oh, there it goes. It's hidden behind all the skill rolls and stuff.
Yeah. Go ahead. Oh, that was still, okay. Yeah, click that dice and it should drop an initiative roll. And if it's lower than the 19, we'll go ahead and augment it. Totally fine. I just need to have it on there so it gets a placement.
Skills. There we go. Suitcase looking thing.
Mm-hmm. And next to
there
that,
it is. Oh, okay.
You got it.
Yeah, I think we're doing better with a 19.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and augment that. Your bonus is +1, so that means you'll be going on a dirty 20. We got Lucy in here. Update combatant 20. Alright. Cool. So, during a surprise round, the creatures are going to operate and function, but they are surprised, so they are not going to be able to attack. They're just doing what they were doing before they started to get murdered. So, begin combat. And select. This one here will kind of just like dip over to here and start digging into this patch of grass. Lucian, you are up next, and I believe you stated your intent. You're hoping to shoot. Yeah. So just hit T to target it. Like hover your mouse over it and then hit T.
Oh, T. There we go.
And then just go ahead and whatever spell you're using, just click it in the bottom. Should ask for normal or advantage. You have advantage. You're hidden from it.
Okay. Get off for the tutorial.
There are a lot of pop-ups.
Cast a spell.
Eldritch Blast, I presume?
Yeah.
Oh, which what you said? Okay.
Advantage. There it goes. I found it.
That's not ideal. So, you fire the witch bolt across the space, and it kind of like flutters out towards it and hits against the chitin, and you see it hit, but the connection where you're expecting it to surge snaps it off to the side and hits the ground, like a very heavy kind of like grounding into the earth, and the witch bolt immediately dissipates. You're kind of unsatisfied, like looking at it. You would see that there is like a dark mark on its armor, but it is not affected. I will say that is what would happen if you didn't have heroic inspiration. Do you have heroic inspiration? Everybody.
Is that thing you asked?
You start with it, yes. So if you want to, you can spend your heroic inspiration to re-roll one of the two dice, Rerolling the 1 that you rolled there. So you'll just roll a d20.
Sure, I can do that.
Just roll a d20.
Mouse keeps moving on me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's bad.
Now, your bonus on this is 6, and this creature's
14,
armor is unfortunately higher than that. So, as stated, even with the inspiration and the change of fate, you kind of watch the lightning bolt, or the witch bolt rather, hit, not connect, and snap to the side.
Well, you win some, lose some, no worries.
Yep. Next up is the next creature. It's not doing anything. It's surprised. It will then move to Zergo.
Where's the other one?
All
There
right.
it is.
So my familiar will take its turn after me, or do I need to roll for that one?
Familiars will take their turns after you, yeah.
Okay. Do any of the little ones have cover from me from where I'm standing, or?
None of them have
Good.
cover, no, yeah.
Okay, I'll just shoot at the middle one with a Eldritch Blast. Oops, I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. How do I get rid of that? Yeah, I didn't know about this, the like bottom left thing you can use. So like the end of last session, so I'm trying to figure out how to use that right now.
Brent explained exactly how that all went down, and I laughed heartily. Because you were answering my questions as if you... Again, I don't know how you were doing it. Magic, perhaps.
It was difficult. Do I also have advantage or no?
Yeah, you're all hidden, so yeah, you're in the midst of
Okay.
a ambush. Sneak attack, if you will. And you're targeting one of the smaller ones or the large one?
I pressed T on it, I believe, the small one
Oh, good,
in the
good.
middle.
For some reason, on my side, it's showing a miss, but it's not a miss. I know its armor class is 15, so and I just ruined the surprise the smaller ones, anyways. So go ahead and click the damage, and you do that in the chat, just up from that. Yep.
That should add my charisma modifier to it for
You
my
have
thing.
the invocation, agonizing blast.
Yes, I do.
Okay, then that will be a kill then. You fire the bolt. Basically in unison, you've got this lightning bolt shrieking out towards the one on the far side and being like cast to the side, and then this kind of greenish bolt firing through and just piercing the armor neatly as the creature's husk, the body of it, falls to the ground. But as it's doing so, it becomes bluish in color and then fades from existence. I'm going to leave its body there, but there is no physical body present. All right, Zergo.
I'm gonna move the familiar up right there
Okay.
in front of me, and then in my turn.
The Kruthiks are still surprised. Some of them are dead, and then Orlok.
Okay, Orlok is going to target the one on the right with a Ray of Frost.
Love it.
So we can hopefully slow it down, keep it from getting here. I have advantage on this because of surprise.
Yes.
Alright, rolling with advantage.
That'll hit. You need damage.
Yeah, damage.
So on damage, yeah, it's in the chat already. You'll just click it there.
Okay. Rolling. At least it's slowed for 10 feet.
Yeah.
That's something.
That is something. But yeah, this ice bolt kind of hits against the chitin. You see the rime kind of like cast over it, similar to the lightning bolt being like discarded by the chitin from the other one. It does look like it kind of like starts to chitter its teeth as it turns to face you, though. It got me cold. And then Romulus.
Yeah. I guess that one's slowed, so this one will be the fastest. So I'll shoot the one that nobody shot at yet.
Let's see it.
With a firebolt, with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
16.
16 will hit.
Sweet.
Damage.
And normal roll for 10. Ooh, only 4 fire damage.
Okay. So yeah, it kind of casts across it. You would notice that it kind of burns the shell pretty well. It doesn't look like it's vulnerable to fire damage. It just seems like the scales of it are kind of like a little bit, almost like coal or coke, when you're kind of burning it on a fire, how they kind of have that like, emberish kind of coloration to it. The shell of the Kruthic does similarly. It kind of has this like glow to it now. And that's it for the first round of initiative. Pause for a second for effect. Begin fight music. Might be a little loud. Tune that down a bit. Perfect. Okay, so the first Kruthic, the one that was hit by the fire, doesn't really care for being on fire, so it is going to bolt very fast to this position, jump up on the rock and kind of like, and then dive forward and move towards Romulus with a dash action. That is the end of its turn, and it'll go to Lucian.
Okay. So it's my turn?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to take another shot at that one I was aiming at earlier.
Okay.
Go
Eldritch
with-
Blast this time, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, just is it
This
still
will-
an advantage roll? Or
Since the surprise round is concluded, they're aware of your presence. This will be normal attack.
Oh.
As you kind of like lightning and then get ready to throw the Eldritch Blast with the dagger, you see its body kind of like drop down and kind of close in. Like all of the fleshy bits kind of link together, and it's almost like turtle shelling. It blasts off of it, and it doesn't cut through the shell like the Eldritch Blast against the smaller one did. It appears that this one's hide is a bit heavier. All right. Lucian,
yeah.
any movement?
I guess you can use no, I'm staying where I am. I guess you can use cantrips like all the time, right?
Yes, infinite.
Okay, just making sure.
And you still got your bonus action, right?
Yeah, you still have a bonus action.
Okay, well I'll try that again then.
Well, no. Bonus action for spells like, do you have like Hex or anything like that?
No, Witch Bolt.
Witch Bolt.
Witch Bolt.
Witch Bolt.
You miss it, you still get the free little zap every turn, don't you?
Even if you miss.
I thought it. Okay, I could be wrong. I don't know.
Let's check. I haven't read the new Witch Bolt, so let's take a gander. Witch Bolt. A beam of crackling energy lances toward a creature within range, forming a sustained arc of lightning between you and the target. Make a ranged spell attack on a hit. The target takes 2d12 lightning damage. On each of your subsequent turns, you can take a bonus action to deal 1d12 lightning damage to the target automatically, even if you miss the first attack. No, that's hella good. Okay, great. So then,
I gotta roll a d12.
Hold on.
basically.
Sustain lightning, and then roll a d12. Awesome, they made Witch Bolt good.
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
Did
Add charisma, right?
No, unfortunately not. It's for the Eldritch Blast. There's a invocation that lets you do stuff. So 1 damage. Okay, so we've got first blood on the adult. Let's
now it's annoyed. Okay, yeah, we're good.
well, it still like lingers in. It's kind of like. Go ahead. Okay, Lucian done. We'll move to the next thing. It'll be the Kruthic. It's going to physically maintain that and take an action to represent what it is doing. It is taking the dodge action. So now all attacks against the adult will be at disadvantage. Zergo.
Okay, so for the familiar, it says I can forgo my own attack action and let the familiar make one using its reaction.
You bet.
So Zergo's gonna sit there and, in my brain, since he's a new warlock and this is his first time summoning, it's just not listening. So I'm gonna have it run back here and use its attack action on this guy. Oof.
I don't think it should burn when it sucks. It just feels. It's
Yeah,
starting to lose me a bit.
I'm gonna change it to where like it doesn't react if below like a 12.
Yeah.
when
But
mine fails, it breaks glass behind it.
Oh,
I think
you
I'm
changed it up, huh?
I'm gonna use my Or can I use my
Heroic Inspiration? Yeah.
reroll thing?
So Heroic Inspiration can reroll any dice, and the way that we play it, it's for yourself, but it's also for your allies. Luck is different, allows you to make enemies reroll. But yeah.
I can do luck on myself, but you said I have to do it prior to rolling.
Yeah, and then when it comes to somebody attacking you, it's after the roll. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use my Heroic Inspiration.
Perfect.
Oof. No, I think this thing's just not meant to attack.
It's a lesson a lot of wizards have to learn. Warlocks, I guess, as well. But yeah, it slides forward and it starts throwing claws, kind of scratching at this thing's armor as it's kind of like getting ready to go rampant against Romulus and stab it with its 4 claws. If you've seen Starship Troopers, you know where this is going to go. Zergo done?
Yeah, Zergo's upset that his pet ran past him and missed everything.
Fair. This one here was hit by ice.
There.
It is going to oh, that sucks. Yeah, it's gonna have to dash to get to you, because it's slowed. It's got a base speed of 40. You literally zoned it out. Like, well played. We love strats. We love good strats. Smart wizards, smart warlocks. Dead Kruthic got a hole through it. Warlock, you're up, and it is adjacent, and also it's kind of like the rhyme's breaking off of it as it kind of rushes to get to you. It kind of shakes itself when it gets close and kind of gets ready to stab.
Okay. So I'm going to cast Magic Missile at this Kruthic that's coming up in front of me. Just sort of like the instinctual, oh fuck. And he just, the first thing he thinks is, this is going to hit no matter how close this motherfucker is, and he just unloads the damage in.
Let's see it. It's like machine gun blast. Let's see it.
Yeah, I just machine gun to the face. Wait. Can I roll multiple, please?
For this, it's kind of silly. So you want to hit it because you're targeting each missile. So since you're targeting the same one, do it multiple times.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Come on, one more good one.
Okay, so apply. That's a dead Kruthic. As it kind of gets close and you're like, ah! It just doom. And the first 2 kind of slam into the chitin and knock plates off of it, showing and revealing kind of like torn flesh. And then the last one hits it in the head hard enough you hear it snap, and it just kind of slides, ice kind of falling off of it and just blood shooting everywhere against your foot. Next up is Romulus. Well, you see the strat. The strat works.
Yeah, it did. I'm going to take a page out of Warlock's book, if you will, and Magic Missile the one in front of me.
Yeah, so this one does have a bit of damage on it from the fire bolt. So if you want to split it up, maybe, you can. There is another target afield and still in range of your Magic Missile. Or if you don't want to risk the chance of it possibly surviving your Magic Missiles, dump all 3 into it.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to dump all 3 into it.
Alright. I already know it's dead, so I'm just going to say it's dead. You can click it. I do need you to discount the spell slot, though, but yeah, your minimum damage kills it.
Perfect.
Yeah, brother.
1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 is 6, and that's going to be enough. That's math I can do, folks. Watch it.
Warlock fist goes in fist pumps. Is that Zergo? Romulus down there.
Yeah. Zergo, you kind of turn and look at them as your Sphinx is like absolutely messing it up, and you're like, "Argh!" But then you see these Gatling cannons of magic. Then you yell at the Sphinx and say, "That's how it's done. Do that."
No, I'm not even responding to it. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Just crosses his arms sternly. Shaking at the Sphinx. I love it. Okay. That one's dead, so Lucy in Europe.
Gonna go shoot with the Eldritch Blast again on that one up there. Hopefully I'll hit it this time.
You have disadvantage for the roll.
Okay, where is that? A 19 and a 3. Well,
The Eldritch Blast scatters across the armor. It still kind of maintains that locked position. Give me an insight roll.
Insight. Oh, there it is. 8. I'm clueless.
You are not very insightful. Yeah, you don't understand why it's not like rushing forward and protecting the young ones and what it's doing there. It's very confusing why it's kind of held its position, but it has, and it does. Lucian, any movement for you?
Oh, does this witch bolt thing still do like
Yes,
an
D12.
off-target?
Absolutely.
Okay. That one
Maybe.
didn't suck.
Now we're talking.
Okay.
Okay, I just need to read. I need to read Richfield again because, like, gosh, that is so good. I just gotta double check.
That's why I was asking. I don't know, so.
Oh, I see. I see. So if it gets to total cover, it will break the spell. Got it. Got it. And 60 feet, if it's ever outside of 60 feet of you. Okay, so there's a limit to the spell. A limit that we're not engaging because it's standing still for purpose. But yeah, perfect. If it moves to cover, then it will break it. Right now, I don't think it would want to. Moving to your turn end. Go ahead and click the end turn button at the bottom if you can. It should be on the right side of all your buttons. It looks like a hourglass with like a circle around.
Okay. That'll work.
Perfect. The adult at this point, you didn't do enough damage to threshold it into other actions, so I'm gonna have to take the dodge action again, unfortunately, just based on what I've written. Yeah, it definitely does appear to be locked into its position for whatever reason. Moving on to Zergo.
All right. Zergo's just, gonna look back at his familiar and shake his head before he moves up a bit. He's gonna move up right there.
Okay.
And he is going to try and Eldritch Blast it. You said at disadvantage, right?
That's right, it's dodging.
Eldritch Blast. Nope, need to target it. Disadvantage. Damn.
So it bounces and scatters off the hide. I'm going to give you the same insight roll for free.
Insight roll. Dang.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
So you're both just warlocks. You're willing to sell portions of your soul for magical power and prominence. Obviously, you don't care about the minor details.
Zergo's not smart enough to do it intentionally. Okay, he did it on accident.
Fair. Okay, so yeah, not sure exactly why it's doing what it's doing, but it is doing what it's doing. It'll go through a lot of dead Kruthiks, and then it'll be Orlok's turn.
I am going to try a firebolt and rolling with disadvantage because of dodge, correct?
Uh-huh.
Alright. Let's see what we get. Nope.
Yeah, basically the armor seems to be very strong. Same, I'll afford you the same. Go ahead and make an insight roll.
I'm gonna move a little closer while I do this, just for a better view.
This is a decent amount of cover here. It's about half cover if you want to go to it, and if you duck down, it would be more than half cover. So I saw you had the movement beforehand. That's okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me that insight roll.
Okay, 1 second. Insight. Let's go.
Yeah. So when you fire at it, and the firebolt bounces off of its armor, you can see that inside of its little like cage of chitin, it kind of does like this look over its shoulder back towards the blue orb, and the firebolt kind of scales past it, but doesn't go quite close enough, but it's almost like it's interested on what's happening with that blue orb and the magic that's being discharged at it willy-nilly. You're not targeting it, but you're kind of firing in that direction, you know what I mean? And it seems like it's focused on the at. The other thing that you would notice with that check is that it isn't just turtling itself. You can see the spines on its body, these small little hair-like strands. Some of them seem to be kind of clumping together and forming up together. This is a very subtle action, but it seems to be kind of generating these spines on its body. And with your knowledge of what they are, you would know that the adults are able to loose those and fire them out. So do you want to drop into further cover, or do you want to stay standing as you are?
If I drop prone, I get total cover, basically?
You betcha.
Okay, yeah. No, Orlok is going to be like, watch out for the spines! And then just hit the deck.
Oh my god, the goddamn camera's so good. Anyway, great. Orlok, you are done. Bromulus, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna firebolt at it as well. Just because I don't think I can do anything else realistically. With disadvantage because of dodge.
Yeah. Fires off the top of it, skittering across the shell. Okay.
And then I'm going to
Move into
watch out
total
for the
cover.
spines, so yeah.
Okay, so from that position, he is not visible, and you are not able to target it. That works perfect. Lucian, you're up. You hear the call from the wizard as he dives underneath the rock, and you see the other wizard kind of quickly kind of hustle behind the rocks as well. You're standing. The witch bolt's connected.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna give another Eldritch Blast a shot.
Absolutely.
Still at a disadvantage, yes?
Yeah, dodge is still active. Yep.
No, that wasn't terrible.
That hits. Let's see that damage.
Eldritch Blast was a D10.
Oh, if you click the damage in the chat there, if you scroll up one in the chat, yep. It doesn't apply it that way, so I can't automatically apply it. So yeah, just make sure you're using the button in the chat.
Oh,
there.
that. Okay, yeah.
I'll apply the 10 here. That's fine, and then go ahead and give me the lightning's a little different because it doesn't have an attack connected to it. Go ahead and roll me a d12 as well. All right. So,
yeah.
For narrative purposes, I'm going to ask immediately after you shoot at it, like thinking of it in kind of like a combat scenario, was your intent to kind of move into cover as well and kind of like get away from it?
Well, I'm standing in this what I assume is some kind of
half cover.
arch.
You got half cover. Yeah.
Yeah, I can just dip back behind that.
Okay,
easy,
so you move into total cover, severing the witch bolt, but as you do so, like that blast kind of shock of it, and the thing, you feel it's very strong. And Zergo, as you kind of are looking at it, you see the lightning bolt like blast down into it, and when the sever pops, it's like a static shock. You see the creature kind of scatter across the floor and slide a good couple feet, and the hole that the Eldritch Blast hit kind of dug right into its face. The creature appears to be inert. You'd see the spines on its body kind of limply shoot out and kind of hit the ground like there wasn't enough pressure buildup behind them to fire them in like the full burst, and the creature just dies at Lucian's Eldritch Assault, laying there on the ground and dead.
We got one more left. So.
No, they're all dead.
Oh, I thought this one.
Yeah, that one died. That one died right at the beginning. Somebody put a magic or an Eldritch Blast right through its face. It was Zergo. Perfect. So the fight concluded. You kind of examine the area cautiously, but you would note that it doesn't appear that there's any other things moving other than the oscillating glow of the magic of the blue color and the slow, steady breathing of the woman beneath that orb.
Can I use arcane detection to try and detect what's going on with the magic blue orb above this lady?
Yeah. So great. The knowledge chart for Arcana. Do you have that in your compendium?
I have planar knowledge and religious knowledge.
Planar knowledge is the one you should be looking at. And if you go to it, there's a second page. Do you see how it has kind of a color wheel of magic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So physically, this orb is oscillating with like a bluish color, right? But as you kind of look at it in a more magical light, kind of pay attention to it, it appears that there's this orange conflux inside of it, this magical orange coloration that is actually glowing and is kind of pushing out the blues. You would know that the aura of magic and this is again in the future, I will just tell you what a color of a magic aura is, and you'll have to come to that conclusion yourself, because there are some nuances here. But this is kind of like a bright orange, which would seem to you to determine it as being some sort of conjuration magic.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. All of our assembled magic nerds.
All of the smaller Kruthiks, after a fashion, turn into kind of like bluish, like glass or goo, and kind of just fade away. The big one does not. It remains. And, the orb is as I described it. Now, questions for whoever wants to go next? Just jump in if you have a thought or goal or a path you want to go on.
The woman.
Okay, you head over to
that
her.
it was like connected to her. Yeah, like she was still like slightly breathing, connected to the orb in some way with her head.
She looks completely alive and unconscious. Do you want to attempt to rouse her from her rest?
Yeah.
Okay. Bear with me here. The music's a little loud, and I just need to offset that in my ear hole. Perfect. Okay, so you shake her awake. And as you're kind of moving over to her, you would see that she does have some scratches on her person. And there's this alien kind of feel to the orb when you get close to it. It just feels like the air around her is different. It feels like the climate and just the breathable taste of the air around her and the orb is different than like the grass, the streams. You can't place it, but it's almost like you walked into somewhere else when stepping over to her. You can see that her head is kind of lolling, and as you kind of reach down to touch her and shake her, her eyes open. In that moment, the glowing blue disappears. It just... And she looks up at you. Not dead.
No, I don't think you are.
Who are you?
I am Romulus.
This is not a name that is known to me. How are you?
I'm from the Manor Fort.
King Eversoul's Manor Fort?
I've never heard the name King Eversoul, I don't think, but there are plenty of people there. I mean, I'm sure one of them might have.
You must be one of his mages. Pause for a second. Roll insight.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay. All right. We're stepping it up. Brent just snatched that right out from your hands, Cronus.
Hey, I got a good one. I'm just waiting to roll.
Well, all right. Well, Romulus, you would note that she didn't see you casting spells. She was unconscious, and you may have a book at your hip, but there's nothing that would mark you as like a regal or kind of notable wizard. You're just a guy in some clothes, right? Like that's the way I drew you. I think that's what we kind of confirmed. So her calling you a wizard is a bit presumptuous and doesn't seem to be coming from any place of like where you would be able to define it, right? How dare you call me a wizard?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to note that for myself.
Okay.
But I'm going to try to help her to her feet if she's still sitting down.
Yeah, and she'll take your assistance, kind of moving over to a rock and sitting upon it after a fashion, just to remain standing. you can see that her clothes are pretty commoner style attire. She doesn't look like she's wearing much more than just simple kind of overcoat and kind of pants and tunic, and no kind of possessions of any kind that seem to kind of designate her as anybody. She just seems to be very plain Jane as far as attire goes.
I will offer. We are on a quest right now to explore the village of Blue. You're more than welcome to.
That's where I'm
come
from.
with us. Well, even better. We've been sent out from the fort to explore, and
my father. My father was. He was angry, and I ran away. He said he would hurt me. You have to believe me. If you work for the king, then of course you could help. Of course, right?
I mean, yeah, our mission is to go there anyway, so.
She says that, but after she doesn't respond to your sure with positive connotation. It does seem it kind of either sets her back or kind of puts her off of your description or discussion. Before we move on in our conversation, though, I want to make sure I know what the other people are doing at this beat. Sergo and Lucien, you see that Orlok is kind of investigating the corpse, right? Is that accurate? And then you would see that Romulus is kind of moving over to the lady and is now speaking to her. You're welcome to join Romulus in that interrogation, that discussion, or if you have any other questions about the environment around you.
Well, that's what I was going to do. I was going to investigate the thing I just went and crispied and see what I can find.
Yeah. So go ahead and give me an Arcana roll, Lucien, and Orlok kind of standing over sagely. I'm assuming that you're helping with that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So that's good enough. You don't have to roll with advantage. The 20 is going to suffice, but you would have had advantage if he's helping. So the two of you are kind of And what you know about Kruthiks is, they are what they are, right? They're monstrosities, creatures of intent. But this one is slightly different. And when you get close to it, you'll see the crown of its chitin, almost like a helmet, but natural. Just underneath where the flesh meets the chitin, in the eye area, there's a blue needle. It looks like it's made out of a bluish metal. You pluck it from the creature, and when you do so, you would see that it appears to be made out of cold iron.
It's one way to really annoy a fairy.
Yes. Cold iron has function to kind of disrupt fey creatures, as noted by Peter. Very common knowledge for the wizards and warlocks of the crew. This would be common knowledge. But the way it was implanted into its head is strange. It looks surgical.
Could we detect magic on it? I have ritual cast detect magic.
Quite the opposite, actually. It almost seems like it is a void of non-magic.
So like a suppressant for this creature.
Yeah.
Well, we'll certainly keep the nail or the needle because we're
What-
going to want to see who did this.
Would you want to keep that with Lucien or with Orlok? Which two of you want to have it on their sheet? I'll move it, or I'll put it on you if you want it.
I guess Lucien, because he's the one who took it out.
Sure.
Yeah, he's got it
I'll
already.
go slide it. I'll go slide it in one of the little pouches inside the pouches.
You seem like a very careful gentleman.
Well, you do note that one of the other items he's carrying is a bag full of alchemical tools, so he's used to certain precision.
I guess as you sit there and kind of think about the function or why it was done, really nothing's coming to mind. um, Romulus, or sorry, Zergo, what would you like to be doing while that's all happening?
Zergo is attempting to train his familiar because he doesn't quite understand the concept. So he's trying to get it to sit down, and it's just staring at him.
This motherfucker never owned a cat. He's like, come on, get off the desk. No, no. Love that. Okay, perfection. Romulus, you have the lady. She's seated. She would, in the kind of discussion, tell you her name is Redra. And you would learn in the kind of just a small discussion the following facts. She's from the town of Blue. She was attacked by a man in armor with a fury sword. She believes it was one of the invaders. And she would say that it has been plaguing her, this man has been plaguing her for the last 7 years. In her dreams, everywhere. She's dreamt about this person for 7 whole years. And she knows exactly what he intends to do with her, because in every single dream, and not in a nefarious way, just a good old-fashioned murder way, every night she dreams she sees him kill her, this man. Sleep, die, sleep, die, sleep, die, sleep, die, 2,500 nights. Please, don't let me die again, would be her words in that matter. Do you have any questions of her regarding the figure, regarding anything at all?
Let's see. She said she was from the town.
Mm-hmm.
So how long ago did she run away from the town and her father?
Last night.
Last night, okay. And then the person that has been following her, did he just randomly appear one day, or was it someone she knew?
It was a man. It was a man. My mother said he was my real father.
Okay.
Mother's dead, though.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I saw it. And now he's coming after me. The nightmares are mine. She died of her nightmares, and I will too, I think.
Sure, we can hopefully solve this issue for you, and if not, when we get back to the fort, there are many more powerful people than us that can probably help.
She starts crying. Again, it seems like your words, despite trying to be helpful, every time you kind of just utter to her, like, in response to whatever she says, causes her lips to tremble, her face to twist in, like, just like she doesn't believe you, and then crying now is kind of like the break. Like, she seems to manifest here.
Okay. Well, as she's crying, I kind of look back to the rest of the party like, are you guys ready to move on to
As you turn away from her, she grabs a hold of your shoulder and, like, kind of forces you to look back at her, and she's, like, standing now, and she says, "He's not alone. He's not alone. Death isn't alone. He has friends, and she gestures towards the Krethik. They'll come for us. They'll come for us, please."
Well, I mean, we've dealt with these ones. I'm sure we can deal with the rest.
Seems to me we might want to take the her back to, like, the town and
first.
leave her there. Yeah.
So that's absolutely a function that is possible. What I want to make sure you're clear on, though, you're not going to go all the way back to the manor fort. You're probably going to stop at the bridge. And since Mo is still under, like, the finishing construction and task mastering random non-described NPCs in the building process, you'll basically just be like, pass her off to Mo if that's what you want to do. But again, I don't want to cut off the social engagement here too early. There are some things that you might want to try and inquire about.
Well,
or
that
learn
that
about.
was just a suggestion. Is that you probably don't want to take a civilian into a fight,
That's right.
and you take her somewhere safe, then go investigate.
Yeah,
That's just 2 cents.
I just want to make sure it's clear. Like if that's the case, it's not going to end the game for you. I want to make sure that you guys are aware.
Yeah, I mean,
I was going to say, Orlok is going to ask her about like the weapons and abilities of the man in the dream. Like, how does he kill her?
Red eyes, red death, red eyes and a red blade.
Okay.
There's something about the way she's saying red eyes, like in response to you asking about weaponry, that makes you kind of. Huh.
Like, is it some sight-based kind of spell, like fear or something? I'm wondering. Is there a way I can roll like an Arcana check or a History check to see if there's something that matches that description?
Unfortunately, there isn't. Yeah, it's kind of a. There's no lore or knowledge to kind of glean here. It's just that apparently she hasn't actually been dying. If she has been dying, then she's doing very well for herself in that regard. She doesn't appear to be undead. Your assumption is that the dreams that she's having, these manifestations in her mind, they seem to be the thing that's harming her. The eyes seem to be harming her more than the sword, because the sword is finishing the dream, right? I'm ending the dream. But during the dream, the thing that is painful, the thing that is harmful, is his gaze.
Is there any lingering aura from the like blue orb, or is it totally gone?
There is a lingering magical aura that's present, and it's very, very, very notably connected to her head. It seems that the magic emanated from her. It was an emanation that manifested from her mind and lingered there. Almost like there's a trail of orange kind of like popping out of her head to the like breaking cloud of magic.
Is there a connection between the fact that the small Kruthix disappeared in like blue magical light and like vanished like they were summons, and that? Like, could she have conjured the Kruthix from somewhere?
These are great questions.
I guess I'll ask her. I'll ask her.
So-
Do you conjure things? Did you pull them here?
She looks at you like, and her face twists into anger. What? No! No! Why are you blaming me? I'm the victim!
So, question. While I'm speaking with her, and while everybody's asking questions, could I ritually cast Identify on her?
She's not an object.
It says a creature or object.
Oh. Well, if it says that, then it's
Yeah.
fine. I thought it just said
Yeah.
object, and I was like, damn,
Now, it says
misogyny.
if you touch a creature through the casting, you learn which ongoing spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Oh, dope. I did not know that. That is great. Very cool. Yeah, if you want to spend 10 minutes, but I'm going to let people talk for a few.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you retroactively have been casting it.
No, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I
So,
just thought of it like as he was talking to her about or as he was talking, so I was like,
Zergo and Lucian, you're definitely within earshot. And Orlok does seem to have kind of approached and started conversing as well. If you have anything you'd like to ask of them, just want to make sure you guys have some, agency here. Just to give you some ideas too, there's the Kruthic corpse, which we found the nail from. If you have nature trained, you can start trying to salvage the chitin from it. If that's not your interest, it's just firewood basically, so whatever. Or you can start exploring the ruins around you if you're more religiously minded and try and figure out what this structure was or means.
I mean, I've got investigation, so that's about the best thing I can do is
Yeah, you can
look
make
around.
you make an investigation roll to see like kind of what's going on here, or if there's anything noteworthy. And
I have discovered the lost tomb.
Zergo, for you, anything that you'd like to be doing? Any questions?
I'd say
for her?
Zergo's too occupied just playing with his familiar right now.
Understandable. Paying attention, but like also kind of ultimately focused on the task. at
No,
hand.
Zergo is not paying attention to them at all.
Okay, I have no idea what we're doing. I love that. Perfect. So Lucian, as you kind of explore around, you would see that this and I don't know, it's not pinging, but this kind of place that you were moving around in the beginning, it appears to be like a pyre structure. So it's stones. The top stone looks like it's been broken in the middle to form like a bowl-like cavity, and inside there's ash inside. You'd also notice as you kind of look at it that there's hues of blue inside of it. Do you kind of brush the ash away to see what that might be?
Yeah, I'd probably dig out. I know, thinking your alchemy kit might have some kind of small brush I can.
Yeah, absolutely. There's 4 more cold iron needles inside.
Well, I scoop those up,
Okay.
slide them in with the other ones.
Perfect.
Never know when might come in handy.
It appears some sort of magical ritual, either religious and divine, or arcane, perhaps, was utilized or was performed here. And it has something to do with the needles. Okay.
All right.
Orlok, the wizards, you're still interrogating Redra. Any other questions you'd like to ask of her?
I think I'd like to like apologize to her for accusing her of like summoning the monsters that nearly killed her and us, but also kind of like try and hint that there's still a giant orb of magic connected to her. Like, what's that going on?
The orb,
but not like directly asking.
the orb disappeared when she woke up.
Oh, okay. But isn't there some like orange?
The lingering magic of a spell-like effect. It sits around for a while. Like if you cast magic missile and then immediately cast detect magic after it, there'd be like traces in the air of like where it flew. Right? Like there's residual magic when magic is utilized. So that's I apologize for not clarifying that. The orange kind of lingering is only visible to your arcane detection. You're only seeing it because you're paying attention to the magic lines. In the winds. When it comes to actual physical representations of the aura, not at all manifest. Another thing to note too, and again, something that's not in that arcane detection, but I want to make sure you are clear on it. Have you ever seen the movie Willow?
Many times.
No.
Okay, well, Peter will understand this reference, and I'll explain it in more detail so you get it. Magic has a smell as well, which is another thing you're detecting here, and sometimes the smell is the color, right? And so you can imagine that smell to be whatever you like, but conjuration smells orange is what I mean by that. So, like, it could smell like orange, it could have like a citrusy smell, in your recollection, but maybe to Lucian's recollection, it has more of kind of like a something else that is orangey kind of smell, like Cheetos. It smells like hot Cheeto dust or something, you know, like whatever. But yeah, it has a scent to it as well. She's being
Okay, yeah, I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say for Orlok, his specific memory of the conjuration orange is his family used to roll incense together, like at night around the fire they would like make incense for rituals all together, and so he remembers this like orange stick and the fire and the warmth, but not any of the people or the faces, just kind of the moment.
Yeah, maybe like almost like a it almost has a scent like a mulled wine, or like, you know, something kind of like Christmassy and spicy, you know. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, she doesn't appear to have any active effects of magic on her, and that is more clarified because it has been 10 minutes. I've been paying attention. When Romulus kind of like finishes the ritual detection and is kind of doing like looking at the magic, and she's not under the effects of any spells or anything to that effect. However, she does appear to be magic. Like, she as a person is magic.
Oh.
Yeah. Species-wise, she looks like a human, but humans don't have this much raw magical talent in them unless they're like a sorcerer or something.
Yeah. Okay.
You should ask if like she's a magic user or a fae or something.
Yeah, after the ritual's over, I'm kind of going to look at her and be like, so, was your mom like a regular person before she died? Because you're
No.
definitely...
No! The nightmares plagued her, and I was given them when she died. That thing! And she points at the big creature. It came for her. It came for her. And it took her away from me forever. Beyond the mists.
kind of gonna like mention to Orlok, like, something's up here, man. Like, she is, like, she's gotta have something in her blood.
Either she can cast or she is the result of magic. That's It's just which way around.
Considering maybe it's like a permanent thing that she has, or maybe the creatures were around here digging for some reason.
That's a good shout. Orlok is going to start like looking into the ground with a ritual cast of detect magic as well, like focused into the dirt.
Yeah. So I was going to say, if you're going to try and do arcane detection, you gain no results. But if you were going to ritually cast detect magic, you spend some time. You kind of like move away from the Sphinx because for whatever reason, as you're kind of like getting prepared and getting ready to cast the ritual spell, this winged cat keeps flying over and like smashing down on the pages of your book, and you're like, no, chill. And Zergo, what do you say? Well, like as the cat is starting to annoy the ritual cast of your allies.
Oh, I think it's hilarious. Zergo's going to start feeding it.
So you are rewarding bad activities. Okay, no. We note that.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little. Maybe I'm a rebel. Maybe my cat's gonna be a rebel too. Love it. I love it. So yeah, you kind of hazard a movement away from it and are kind of preparing. Zergo's kind of rewarding bad behaviors, and then during the ritual cast, do Lucian or Romulus have anything they want to do, or any questions further on of Redra?
I don't really have anything for her, and I know there's nothing mechanically I can do to help the ritual cast, so...
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of chill and watch him do his ritual cast.
And Lucian?
I'm checking about where these little critters were digging earlier. I'm gonna see what they might have been digging up.
So you're kind of like locked in with Orlok. Orlok is preparing a ritual cast of detect magic, and you're kind of looking at the specific areas where the patches were.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you make an investigation roll, Lucian. I want to check in with you real quick before you roll that, though. Sam, is your investigation very high?
I will double check, but I don't think so.
It's intelligence based. +3. So Lucian is the better detective here. I believe Lucian has a +4, right?
Yeah, something like that. Looks like +3 as far as I can tell.
Okay, well, it's about the same. Won't change much. So what I'll say is with the detect magic being cast, I'm going to give you advantage on your roll, Lucian, for investigation, but I'm also going to lower the DC by 5. So you're going to be searching for this stuff, and you basically have someone saying, oh, I can see color there, or I can see something here. So go ahead and make your investigation roll, and I have a DC in mind. Okay.
Add 2 to it from the Sphinx's ability. The Sphinx is going to fly and bump him in the back of the head, and adds 2 to his roll with its ability.
So it leaps off of the book just as like the ritual finalizes, and finally, get off my desk. It's like I'm having PTSD right now. The cat, but smashes into Lucian's head. Lucian, you kind of get bumped in a direction, and then you're looking at it, and Orlok's kind of saying, "Yeah, it's like right around there," and you see it. You see what they were digging for. Kind of move over, pulling out the duster brush and kind of like a little shovel, kind of moving things around. And what you find is that all throughout this space, kind of just under the surface, it looks like there are small patches where bones are present. The bones in question appear to be humanoid, but very old.
So we're standing in a graveyard. Fun. Okay.
Gross, but I guess we should be more honorable with the dead.
Do you try to excise like a full one, or kind of like get an idea of what the full picture of it is, or just once you realize that there are bones present, kind of satisfied, move on from that? The Sphinx will be back in a second.
I think Orlok he's still trying to figure out if these bones are magical. So
yes.
like if he needs, okay, Are they like magical in part, where like each bone individually, or like the whole thing together is a magical object?
So I'll explain it in kind. What you would note is that all of the bones in this space and most of the areas where you were seeing magic patched, as you focus in on it with detect magic, they have a dark purple, near black coloration to it. And I'm not going to elucidate more as to what that color means. It is up to you and your discretion to decide what that means for you magically. But I still have my question, and I want to make sure it's answered. And Peter, I'm probably moving to you with this more precisely. Are you just kind of like, oh, it's a corpse, we're in a graveyard, fuck, back off, right? Or are you kind of more of a, well, let's see what the whole thing looks like, and continue brushing and get the cover and show what it is?
Well, I'm of two minds of this. This is either a graveyard or it's a like a sacrificial ritual spot, and there's a lot of sacrificed bodies lying around in here. So I might spread out a little bit more just to see what I'm looking at.
Yeah, so there's probably
Back up
somewhere around 6 corpses that you're able to kind of note there, but without kind of like fully kind of like excising one or pulling one from the earth, like clearing off the dust on the top of it, which is a bit of a process. You aren't able to kind of get too much of an idea about like what their death state is. Just that it's all bone and they're kind of just lingering here. But do you want to kind of more thoroughly like see if you can't pull one up?
At least one, yeah, just to see what's going on.
What you would very quickly notice is as you're like, well, let's start from the top down. I've got about middle here, move up, start working your way down. The skull, right above the eye, implanted in it, is a cold iron needle. Every single one of the 6.
Yep.
So you have
Well, I could just
11 total of those needles now, by the way.
yeah, well, you never know, they might come in handy.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I borrow a couple just for my research?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So 11 total. How do you want to split it?
I just split it, and I'll just keep like 5 of them. I don't need
Okay.
them.
And then pass the lion's share over to Orlok. Okay.
I would also note that purple and black tend to be signs of necromancy, so Orlok thinks there's a chance that these bones could have a trigger, or they might be animated at some point, or have been animated at some point.
I want to make sure
like
you know, too, necromancy can also be healing magic.
Right. Okay.
But yes, it is a possibility that these rise up.
So, upon, like, with that, like, it's out of character, what if she's a ghost or some kind of magical illusion? Because purple also is illusion magic.
Mm-hmm.
And from what we know of these areas, and from what Benson was able to study, we don't know that she's a person. I mean, she could be a ghost. We've ran into plenty of undead before.
Zergo, your Sphinx seems to kind of move over to her during this whole, like, digging spiel. It does seem to kind of, like her. And when you kind of call it back, like, every so often when it kind of goes to a lull in your training, or, you're just kind of bored with it for a moment, it seems like the cat will always kind of move over to Redra. Like it likes her. Oh, he stepped away, right? Oh, you're
Yeah, I
back
just
here.
got back.
Cool. Did you catch all that or no?
No, I just got back.
So they're digging up these bodies, and there's like this latent kind of magical energy, but that's not important. You're not paying attention to that. You're focused on the cat, right? But during the moments of your training, like where it kind of gets away from you, or it's like not fucking with everybody else, it seems like it's very interested in going over to Redra, the girl that you found sleeping here, and it's very like lovey-dovey. Like, if you know how there's always that one person who hates animals, but the cats love the shit out of it.
Yeah.
That's what's happening here. And like when you call it back over, it comes back to you. I mean, it's starting to pick up. But every time there's like a lull in the training bouts, or what's happening here, it seems to kind of divert itself over to Redra.
And she's still in front of
She's
Romulus?
sitting on a rock somewhere nearby. I think Romulus got to the excavation process as well and has been helping out there.
I'm gonna walk over and let's say I walk over whenever the Sphinx is rubbing all up on her.
Mm-hmm.
Is she still crying or?
She's not right now. The signs of tears are obviously present, but I'd like for you to make an insight check.
Perfect. Let's see.
Oh my god! What the fuck? This has officially gotten out of hand, and I'm here for it. That's fucking magical. Okay, Thomas the Tank Engine. We're not sponsored. Yeah. But sorry, focusing up. She appears to be insane. From what you can tell, she's talking to herself while the others are doing other things. She's muttering things. She's either facing a very heavy trauma that has broken her mentally, or she is, like, clinically, certifiably not all there.
Like, even Zergo can pick up on that?
Zergo is able to pick up on that. Like, there's something off about her. Like, and as kind of like a warrior individual, you understand trauma, right? Like, because, there's sometimes warriors come back and they're just different, right? Changed eternally. And then there are instances of individuals who are kind of touched by magic in the way that you were, but they aren't as lucky as you were, and to have that magic kind of like linked to them, and something happens to them, changes them. So she appears to be changed in that way, mentally.
So, Zergo, not knowing social cues or, manners, I assume she's like facing like this way.
Yeah,
He's gonna get straight up in her face.
Okay.
And say, "So why does my cat like you? Is it because you're talking to yourself? Do I need to talk to myself to make it listen?"
She kind of, I kind of like, she's like not backing away, but she's like very discomforted by the invasion of her personal space, and she says, maybe the cat's trying to help me. The nightmare is so real. It's not a dream. It's real. It's real. They led to my mother's death. The only person who ever loved her, Bartleby, is still back in town. But my real father's going to kill him, I'm sure of it. Grabs a hold of your shoulders with a strength that you weren't expecting, and like shakes you and looking at you. You have to kill my father!
Okay, why don't you just hug Zergo Jr. over there? I try and like break out of her grasp.
I really like that. I want you to make a persuasion roll. I want you to do it with advantage, actually. I like it that much. Give a person who is suffering from trauma a cat. Oh, I forgot. I should have never asked you to roll dice. I totally forgot.
Let me turn that one off real quick. I found out you can add multiple, so you could add every single one of them if you wanted to.
No.
I'm not going to.
The Thomas the Tank Engine with the mustache is great. I love that.
That's gonna be my D20 one. That's gonna be if I roll a 20.
I love that. That'll be a celebration. But you very much calm her. She seems to be less stressed. Like she was in a point where like her lip was kind of quivering, and like her eyes, like despite having been like fully teared out, it seemed like they were still trying to engage in the action, just didn't have the resources. It very much feels like in giving her the familiar, you've calmed her greatly.
Okay.
She'll finish.
Right, Zergo Jr., you better behave.
She'll finish talking to you and basically explain more clearly. This individual that she calls her father, her mother called him by a name. The name that she called him by was Metis. Metis. The name doesn't mean anything to you. It doesn't really kind of strike you as noteworthy. But you'd also note that she says, but that's not his true name. It's what she called him. His real name was Ardor. He plans to kill Bartleby. He killed everybody else in the town. His sword burns so red. You can defeat him.
Zergo's gonna be like looking at Romulus to make sure he's writing this down, because Zergo does not know how to read or write common.
Are you there just like, yeah.
Oh yeah, as soon as she started giving more information, I was immediately like booked out, written it down.
I'm gonna lean over his shoulder to see if I can learn anything.
Yeah, you kind of letters.
That one looks interesting.
It's a letter R. The one that he said looked interesting. He's like, damn, that's a cool letter. That's a cool letter.
Hey, I might get inspiration for tomorrow's game with Brent if you keep saying that.
If you keep saying that, I don't have to say it. You do. You suck up. I don't. Okay.
Yeah, Brent, you hear that?
So,
Nudge.
collecting the needles, finding the dead as they are, realizing that the Kruthiks were these very strange kind of conjurations or like manifestations that were defeated. They felt real up until they weren't. And the one appears to be real and had the needle in it. This is a very interesting point, and I would like for Lucian and Orlok to go ahead and make a perception roll to see if you caught something retroactively now that pieces are falling into place.
Off the 19, Jesus. Oh no.
You guys are nodding sagely, and like, well, we got these needles. we got, but I have no idea what is going on with the magic there. She explains to you that her father, her true father, is in the town of Blue killing everybody, which means there are people there. Do you wish to take her to safety at the bridge and then go to Blue? Do you wish to continue to Blue with her in tow, or do you wish to leave her here and then go to Blue? Whatever method you want to utilize.
I don't think we have time to take her to safety, so we're either taking her with her or taking her with us or leaving her here. Because the longer we take to take her back and come back is more people that are going to die that we're supposed to be trying to befriend.
It's like you played in one of my games before and understand the clock. Got it. Yes,
So
very
I
accurate.
recommend that we get there.
Okay. Anybody opposed to that?
Are we bringing her with us?
The safest place she can be is with us, ironically enough, even if we are going to the village. And if the guy is killing these people is targeting her, realistically having her with us should make him leave them alone and come after us.
Yeah. No, I definitely think that we need to bring her with us. Because there's going to be, like, she's going to know shit about the town. She's going to have insider knowledge for, like, locations and people. We just got to protect her, yeah.
Okay. That sounds solid. We're going to go ahead and move on then. You are able to kind of coax her, especially with the cat, into kind of going with you. The path that you wandered off of to go down this like gully kind of stream path to get to where you were, it's not terribly hard for you to kind of meander back to the town's like path, or the path that leads to the town, and you start to make your way that way. As I get set up, I'll give you something pretty to look at. The town is kind of set on the riverside. It isn't a town. It's more like a hamlet or like a just very small assortment of buildings and structures. There are lights present here, and it does look like there is a small little like steading. There are not, even though the image shows there are sheep in it, there are not sheep present in it, but it looks like it's built for function. It's built for a purpose, right? Your vision from this distance, you see occasionally like lights in the buildings, but you also see lights in the town kind of moving around, almost like torchlight, but like eerily more unnatural, supernatural, like magical. And you're not sure what that means. From this distance, you can't really make out any targets or anything to that effect. But you could try and advance closer and sneak up to the walls of the village. Do you wish to try and do that?
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. So as before, we have Zergo, the stealth master of this group. So each of you will get what?
Zergo Junior has a higher modifier.
Zergo doesn't have skill tricks, or the Zergo Junior doesn't have skill tricks, unfortunately. Yeah,
Yeah.
the creatures and summons and the like don't have don't have the tricks. So you will be adding your proficiency bonus, or half of Zergo's proficiency bonus, which is 1, to your stealth rolls. Everybody, please, would you kindly make a stealth roll with that +1 modifier?
As soon as the page comes back, there it goes.
I got a 6. Let's go.
How long does that crack remain?
It should go. It's already went
Okay.
away from me.
Cool.
No.
Okay. So, looking at the sitch, let me make sure I got everybody on the board. Why is my brain not working? Sometimes that is the case. Here we go.
Two tall guys had to take turns being bad at stealth.
I would like what's his name, Zergo Junior's second, or his last use of his ability to add 2 to Orlok's stealth.
Okay.
Making it 12.
Bear with me here for a second. Having a technical situation on my end, but working through it. Alright. So do I? Bestiary, humanoid, commoner. Bam. Okay. Scene blue, activate. And the stealth checks. Let's see. Romulus bad. Orlok 12. You're pumping it up 2 more. Okay, so that'll be sufficient. That's more than half. The DC was 11. So cool. You can move up to the walls, either at the gates or around the sides, and you will be privy to information at the start of the combat that you would not have been had you started from farther afield. Alright. Everybody at positions that you want to start in?
Yep.
Okay. As you kind of move up quietly and stealthily approach, you get close to the walls and kind of look into the hamlet proper. Rustic little thing. You would see that there are 2 creatures of a very strange and undetermined nature that seem to be glowing like magical torches, walking around the area. And as you kind of pay attention to what they're doing, it seems like they're turning over the place. This one here is yanking open a barrel and kind of checking into it. This one here is like opening the door and stepping inside. And that's what those 2 individuals are doing. Bear with me, I'm going to show you what they look like. Show to players. The left creature, the one that looks like it's kind of dark and with like the weird kind of like spear thing, it's kind of glowing like a reddish torch and then like manifesting through different colors that you can see on the spectrum here, and with like strange magical glyphs appearing at random around it. These are the 2 that are searching. The individual who seems to be kind of standing in the courtyard near to the river where the boats are docked, this individual looks like a guy. It's kind of like a old messy beard, and he's holding a skull in his hand. From this distance, those of you who have been messing with the silver or the cold iron's needles would note that the skull that he is holding has one of those needles in it. And in his other hand, he's holding a broken sword, the blade of which is maybe 2 or 3 inches remain of the blade, and then the handle appears to be in perfect condition. It's not 1 for 1, but I will see if I can't show you that guy's look? The tongue is a little long. Yeah, that's true. Let's just say he was very popular with the ladies. All right. That is what you see. Besides that, there is a man who the commoner token. It is a lady, but there is a man in commoner attire who is hiding in one of the spaces. It looks like in short order he will be discovered. Had you not rushed, he would be dead. But this looks like a Bartleby, like a person who might be Bartleby. All throughout the town, not shown on the map, you can see that there are places where it looks like people have contested these three individuals and have died horribly. You have surprise on them, as you did with the Krethics. You're doing very well in this department, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and add a encounter screen. She is going to remain back unless directed to do otherwise. There is a chance that she panics and runs off on her own unless she has a cat with her. Otherwise, she is going to potentially ditch if things get bad. Your call if you want to leave the Sphinx with her to keep her company, or some other cute animal if you have any.
She doesn't consider a hawk cute, does she?
Hawks are not cute. Hawks are fucking awesome, and so she would not be helped by it in any way.
I'm not spending the gold to recast it and stay in a hawk.
For sure. Also, Hawk is
Virgo Jr. is staying with me.
Okay, so she's going to be off on her own, and if things appear to go bad for her, she is going to run away. Potentially. Okay, so with that, you have the opportunity to go ahead and roll initiative for me.
As I'm rolling initiative, can I use the insight skill to basically CR check the like strange glowing flame people?
If you want to do it during your surprise round as an action, you can try and figure out what they are, but otherwise you're not going to know immediately.
Okay. Well, because combat intuition.
Oh, combat intuition. Yeah, sorry. You said it, and my brain didn't. Okay, yes, please. I don't think it's a check, is it?
It's you can see as a free action, the DM will tell you if the creature's challenge rating is less than, equal to, or greater than your character's level.
What is your character level right now for Orlok?
2.
It is lower.
Alright, sweet.
Do you do the same for the father?
I think I can only do it once,
oh,
right?
Right, yeah, it is.
I can do it for the father, I think. You said
yeah.
Insight?
Insight.
Yeah, I'll do it for the father.
Is your level 1 or 2?
2.
Equal.
Okay.
So we know who's in charge.
Yup.
Okay. I'm going to add these folks to my board as well. The Empyreans will go simultaneously. So those just be one initiative for them. Alright. Zergo, you have the first bit for the fight here. I'm going to turn the music over to a little bit more dire of thing. But you're free to go in your turn.
Sorry, I was muted. I just moved around Romulus so I can, see some of the enemies. And let me check the range of something really quickly. Oops, actually not me to do that. Where's the ruler at? Oh, there it is. Damn, he's just out of it. I'm gonna use a lucky dice on this turn.
Okay.
Calling that now.
Love that.
And I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the one closest to me.
Okay.
So let me click that.
Sorry, I'm rolling initiative for the commoner. I forgot to do so. Not her, but Bartleby. Hell yeah. That'll hit. Let's see the damage.
Nice.
Add 3 to that for my.
There's got to be a way for us to get that in there. I'll figure it out before next session, just to make sure we got it.
Alright. and after I shoot it, I will be moving back behind cover, and my Sphinx will move right here, like around the corner.
Yep. As a narrative beat, you fire forward the bolt of energy and slams into kind of like the armored structure of the thing. It looks armored, but what you realize is this is a facade. As it blasts through it, it seems to break apart in this kind of bluish flare of color that kind of splashes all over the ground like goo or glass and kind of melts away and disappears, just like the strange Kruthiks that died, like they died. And its attention immediately kind of turns in your direction, but that portion that broke off of it remains just gone. And it's a very unnatural thing, too, because it seems like it should be there, like the part that you blew away, and it's moving as if it were, but there's just this large gap in its structure now that's now just empty. And
yeah, Zergo's not intelligent enough to understand what that means.
He's like, it's dying. Obviously, it's missing a shoulder. Perfect. Okay. Next up then would be Lucian.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go.
Oh, I forgot to
Eldritch
begin
Blast.
on that. That's why. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry. Eldritch Blast.
I'm gonna go Eldritch Blast that one he just shot. So
Okay.
it's just a normal roll.
Advantage. You guys got the jump on him.
Forgot about that. I wasted a luck dice.
Miserable.
I
Miserable.
swear, Peter, that is some interesting rolling. 2 times you've had advantage, and 2 times you've rolled under 5 on both dice. I'm sorry. Yeah, the bolt will fly past. I believe you're out of heroic inspiration from the last go. Does anybody want to spend heroic inspiration to alter a dice, or no?
Yeah, I'll spend heroic inspiration to push this.
Okay.
Because we start with it.
So yeah, roll a d20, Peter, and let's see you roll under a 5 again. I mean,
Cursed.
nailed it. Okay, so that'll hit. Go back up in the chat and then click the damage for Eldritch Blast, and that should still work with this attack. And listen, Elizabeth, there in the chat. Okay, a light amount of bullying forms friendships. Okay, you should know that because that's how we're friends. Okay, so the battery of Eldritch Blast, Zergo and Lucian, kind of like dagger casting, and then just bully casting from Zergo. You hit it with the Eldritch Blast, and it seems to kind of disrupt whatever magical frame it had enough that the parts that linger in the air where it was standing just dissipate slowly as well. Like there's holes cutting through it, just a battery of Eldritch Blast snap through it and destroy it. And I'll leave it
one down
on the board. It'll go to Orlok.
Okay. Let me measure out 60 feet and then see where that is from this guy. Okay, so I gotta move closer, and so I'm gonna move to here, I think. Is that 60? Come on, baby. Yep, exactly 60. Okay, so we're gonna do Ray of Frost. And because they're made of fire, right? Oh, and I got.
They're made of magical fire. Yeah, you're not sure if it's like fire or not, but let's go ahead and see that attack.
And it's with advantage because we're still on surprise.
You're still surprised for these creatures, correct? Okay, so I will apply reduced movement and go ahead and click the damage.
Let's roll it. All right.
It hits. The rime kind of forms around it, and you would notice that it's holding to something intangible kind of present there. And if you're video game savvy, there's this very strange effect where it seems to be clipping through the armor and holding onto something that's not visually there. Like the armor is not real. Like there's something inside of the armor that's moving about, and the armor is just like a manifestation, a physical representation that's not actually physical. It's like a illusion. Okay, the Iota will be damaged. Next up, go ahead and Romulus.
Yeah, I'm gonna move down to here and firebolt that one he just damaged.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be real. I'm really annoyed at the fact that I'm not going to be able to do anything with these Iotas. They're pretty cool. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you're going to murder this one with this damage. Go ahead and see it. Yep. That'll definitely do it. So the Searchers are destroyed. Let me go ahead and mark. And as I said, like there's like this weird kind of cascade of this energy, this goop that kind of hits the ground and fades away. All right. Anything else?
That'll be. I'll just move back into cover here, actually.
Okay.
And then I'll be in turn.
The Iotas are dead. Sad. And we'll move to add our Harder, who is not surprised. Pause for a second for effect. Looks out in your direction. Give me her now, or die. And he throws his hand to the right, and when he does so, a bright red blade. When I say bright red, I mean think like cyberpunk, think like neon bright, just a form of red light appearing in a blade shape next to him and igniting into fire. And when that happens, you hear up in the north side, as Redra screams in agony. The only person who's still outside, everybody but Orlok is still outside. So when you kind of look over in that direction, you see her drop. Excuse me. You see her drop like a rock. She just falls unconscious, and you see a blue orb appear above her head. That is where I cue different music and a boss bar. Yay! He will disappear. Orlok, you feel like you are the subject of his ire, and he was like talking directly to you. He will mark you, and he will immediately disappear, stepping forward and kind of like falling away into that weird kind of bluish coloration, and then stepping up in front of you with that sword in his hand.
Orlok just like, oh shit, oh fuck, he's right here, guys.
And he is going
Solid
to.
target line.
He is going to. So he ardors attention to you, firewalked to get to you. He is going to swing at you. You are his mark. So I'm going to swing at you with a claw attack.
At what point do I cast shield, or do I get to choose to cast
Shield will come when you need to. You're not going to because I critted.
Oh shit, yeah, nothing I could do would help that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I do have stone endurance, which is gonna help assuage some of this damage.
Gosh, I hope. I hope that's true. Bear with me here. Yeah, crit. I should have rolled that one more time. I'm so sorry. I didn't roll the crit damage for some reason. That's his normal base. Why didn't it click the crit damage, though? Okay, so it'll be 9 plus 9 minus 3. So it should be a total of 16. Which I'll apply manually.
So my team.
Yeah, so if you are going to use Stone's Endurance, do so.
Yeah.
Do you have damage on you already from anything, or no?
No, I don't think anyone's taken damage. Thank God. 9,
and your con modifier is 3? Okay, cool. Don't hit apply, or you don't have the option to. Never mind. So let's do some math together. 12, and I dealt 16, so you're just going to take 4. Okay. The claw strike, as it's featuring in there, it is actually the sword strike. Again, I'm still getting used to Foundry and renaming stuff. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. You are the marked of the Arter's attention, so you have advantage on this Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. That's an ability check shit. Saving throw, con, advantage, roll.
Success.
I got advantage.
As the blade bites into you and the fire kind of streaks across, it leaves this kind of lingering fire on your arm. And, oh, sorry, it should have been 15 damage. Get one more hit point. Don't talk to me about math, Tyler. You know I don't do it. The strike, you see like the flames linger on you, and they seem to be trying to pull into the small wound, but because of the size of it, they don't actually pierce. It seems like it's trying to infect you with something from the blade.
Blood of my ancestors, protect me!
Hell yeah. Alright. You then see this guy in the box jump out and run. Like so. He was down prone, and he literally just like gets up and is like, oh, oh, and darts for the other place of cover. He looks like a Bartleby, though. Like, if that guy has a name and it's not Bartleby, what is kind of where you're at. Okay, to the top, Zerka.
So since I used a luck dice last round and I forgot we already had advantage, can I get it back, or is it just a...
You know what? Because you're new to me, I'm going to let you have it back. I didn't even track that in my brain when you said you were spending a luck point on the first bit. That was my fault.
I appreciate it.
Yep, no problem.
And move over here, and can I use the luck dice on my familiar's attacks, or no?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay. So, the cat's not going to follow me. The cat's going to look back, see that she passed out, and he's going to look back in a very angered cat face and run up. Since he's not going to be able to attack until end of my turn, I'm going to try and hex the guy first.
Okay. I believe that's successful.
Action. Let me see. You place a curse, and you can see it's you deal an extra 1d6 with... Oh, it's necrotic damage. Never mind, I'm not going to do that. That's a waste.
Okay.
I'm just going to, assume. I don't know. I'm just going to assume. So I'm not going to do it then. Never mind. But my Sphinx will attack.
Okay.
Come on, man.
That is a hit, though.
Oh, that's a hit? Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was a fail.
No,
Okay.
it doesn't track it against the armor class just off of dice rolls, so just be wary of that. But yeah, I think it's also checking the second dice as well for those effects, so just keep those in mind.
Okay.
Go ahead and click the damage for me, yeah.
How much of that is radiant, if it even matters?
It won't for this. It will for the end beat. You strike into it, and it kind of... the cat strikes into it, like, ragefully, like, bolting forward. You can see how much the 12 kind of affects the boss bar above. It seems to kind of wound it, but not so greatly. Okay. Next up is Lucian.
Alright. Eldritch Blast on that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, target this thing. It's just normal damage, is it?
Normal attack, normal damage, yep.
Yeah. Good grief.
So as the cat kind of strikes it, it kind of turns its attention. You move like from that same position with the dagger and throw forth the cast, and you see it kind of look over the cat, push the cat aside, and then raise the red blade and like strike the Eldritch Blast in the air. It's looking directly at Orlok still throughout that process. It just deftly is like knocking the bolt away. Alright, Lucian, done. Any other movement or bonus actions for you?
Nothing I can do at the moment. No,
Okay.
unless I can dip behind. I don't think dipping behind this wall is going to do me any good.
This guy doesn't look like he's a ranged combatant anyway, so yeah, for real, it's probably fine.
Well, I'm just going to keep spamming attacks until something works.
Sounds like a caster to me. Orlok, at the start of your initiative, there's some things that are going to be happening here. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okie dokie.
So as it appears, like, it steps through this weird blue state and kind of enters into your space, swings the blade at you, cuts you, and like wounds you. You're kind of like breathlessly like as it comes at you, and then when you get a moment to kind of and breathe and like take in the air, it is fetid, and you're just like, ugh. It seems to be creating this aura of stench around it. It smells foul, like sulfur and like just absolute like refuse. It's horrifically bad, but you're able to keep your stomach and under control and not become sickened by it. Your turn continues at your pleasure.
Okay. Orlok will just yell something like, "You smell like my fucking brother, man!" God!
Give me the girl! Is what he replies.
I'm going to try and move back behind... Is that 30? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, moving over here.
Are you taking the disengage action or no?
No, I'm still going to try and shoot him afterwards,
okay.
So I'll take the attack.
So he swung the sword at you. He then reaches out at you with the skull, and strangely, the skull starts glowing. Its mouth opens wide, and it bites at you. Does a 12 hit?
I think I have 14 AC because I have +1 Dex and Mage Armor on.
The Mage Armor is not showing active. I understand. Totally cool. So yeah, as you're running and turning away, you hear like the clash against the Mage Armor. When you kind of look at the spell behind you, it looks like it cracked a bit of the magical energies, but you're able to kind of move over to that box, whipping around with your implement ready to go.
Yep. We're going to cast Ray of Frost again because I can't have this guy following me. He can teleport. Whatever. It's not gonna matter.
It might.
But just damage.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. Oh.
It still has you targeting the iota, so I'll just go ahead and manually disseminate that damage. All right. Orlok, you're done?
Yep.
Okay. Romulus.
Yeah, I don't know if this guy is going to be immune to poison or not. So I'm just going to move over, and I'm going to risk it for the biscuit, and I'm going to cast Ray of Sickness on him.
He's immune to poison damage and the poison condition.
Okay, so it does nothing. I'll roll, because I have to roll anyway, just see if I roll a 1 or not.
Orlok kind of like looking at it after firing his ray, like you see like the grossness of all of the things combined, melting the ice off of it very easily. But you're also thinking like, it's like shitting on shit. it's like you're like ew. But yeah, it's a miss. Anything else? Sorry.
That's it.
Okay. Next up is him. He is marking a target, so that target is the target I'm going to engage with eternally. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Physical movement is all I need. This will provoke an opportunity attack, this movement?
No, it will not, because for the familiar to attack, it uses my action and its reaction, sadly.
Got it. Very good. Thank you for being honest. So it'll bolt past the cat, raising the blade up and striking true at Orlok. Let's see if it hits. This is a 15, so this will work. Do you want a reaction shield?
Yeah, we're going to reaction shield to that.
Okay. So, Lucian, as it kind of rushes past the gate, you kind of look around and see the blade kind of like striking in, this bright red arc flaring across the space, and then a blue abjuration shield appears as it like blocks last second, like literally the closest possible. That is it for Ardor. It'll move to the Commoner, who doesn't know who the fuck you people are, so he's going to continue moving northbound and taking the dodge action. But Orlok, you can kind of hear the panic as he's moving behind the space, and yeah. Next up is Zurgo.
Alright, Zurgo having an ego and not wanting to be outdone by his cat, he's going to use Adrenaline Rush to dash as a bonus action.
Hell yeah. And gain some...
It gains 2 temporary hit points. And then
real quick, a quick note. If you're ever using an ability that grants temporary hit points or healing, always target yourself beforehand.
Otherwise, just give it to the ball.
If I hit apply, it would give it to him. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
He's gonna move up, and obviously the cat's gonna follow him. But Zergo's gonna swing before the cat gets to. If I can I move the cat to the other?
It's in its.
Move to the corner.
it's in its space. It's okay.
All right, and Zergo's gonna swing with his packed weapon.
I want him in the right corner. Let's see it.
Oops, actually double click that.
Sick.
That'll hit. Let's see the damage.
Damage. He's also going to do radiant, even though I know you said it doesn't matter, but
yeah,
it's cooler than doing normal flashing.
Not for damage, but him taking radiant damage is doing something. So okay. I can't tell you what that is or what that means, but okay. He'll take the damage. Anything else from Zergo?
No. Is there a way that I can add that temporary hit point
I got you.
Thing to myself? Okay.
If you look at your hit point chart, there's like a 17 by 17, and there's a small little square that says TMP sometimes next to it. That's where you fill that spot. I already put them in there, though, for you.
Alrighty, I appreciate it.
No problem.
My turn.
Luciana.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna pile a bunch of magic missiles at it.
All right, battery fire. So yeah, those of you who clicked it before, did you just click the magic spell without targeting, and it was able to drop it into the chat? Because we had problems with this the other day. Okay, so just click magic missile in your cast spells, and it should just drop it into the chat. Did that work for you?
Just a sec.
Okay.
Left click key.
Yep. Looks like you got it.
All right. Oh.
Is it bringing up an error?
Well, apparently it's got there's a T.
Yeah, but the thing is because it can target up to 3, there's something wrong with the mechanism, and I don't know why that's the case. Did you guys select the target before? You did, right? You threw it? That's so strange. Just go ahead and roll 3d4. That'll probably just be easier.
Yeah, probably.
I'll figure it out, though, and be able to kind of walk you through it, because I don't know how it looks on your side, and I have yet to create a monster or thing that casts Magic Missile. So 6 plus 3 is 9?
Yeah.
That will officially bloody it, and put it quite low, actually. Well, it was bloodied last turn, I think. But, yeah, anyways, it's fucked up. Bolt slamming into it, kind of breaking it apart. You can see that inside of it, there's, like, hollowness that's kind of glowing blue, similar to the iotas. Okay. Orlok. Muted if you're talking.
Unmuted. There we go. I think I'm going to see that blast of magic missile, and I'm going to expend my last spell slot to do the same. Okay, only pulling up my... Hold on. Magic missile, cast, consume spell slot. Roll. Okay. Damage, roll.
Yeah, see, yours is doing it different than... That's weird.
11
There's a
damage?
thing in there about being able to put all the targets in one thing, but I haven't quite figured out how to do that yet.
We'll figure it. I'll look into it unless somebody else has it. But yeah, as you kind of blast into it, it seems to kind of rip the guy apart and tear him completely asunder. If you are within 15 feet of Ardor, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. That would be Lucian, Zergo, the cat, and Orlok. Oh, sorry, Orlok, it doesn't matter. You already rolled really well, but you would have had advantage on the saving throw.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Got nobody. All right, well, sad. You plan for something and it doesn't go the way you want it.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Combat concluded. I'm going to stop the music for a second here. When it hits that last magic missile and kind of bursts through it, with Lucian kind of battery firing it, you basically obliterate his physical form with these bolts of force. And as you're kind of tearing him asunder, his body just like starts pulsing and the sparks, or it's still kind of present, and burst outwards. And that smell that you kind of like lingered on him, that seems to manifest outwards in a miasma that kind of pops from him. Everybody kind of very quickly covers their faces and kind of moves away from it, so there's no effect. Even the cat is like, ooh, stinkies, and flies away. But the effect kind of causes the grass to turn dark, and it leaves this kind of stain present in that space. When Ardor falls, the blue orb shatters, and the girl in the distance seems to be just asleep without the orb floating over its head, or over her head. All right, so opening it up to you. We've got a little while before our typically would run out, but I want to make sure that you guys have an opportunity to explore the area, investigate, find NPCs who are trying to climb this wall, and do what you'd like in that regard. We'll start with... Go ahead, Colonel.
I was going to say, can I pick up the sword hilt? You said it looked like it was in perfect condition, but like the blade was broken?
When you go to pick up that blade, it kind of turns into ash in your hand as you pick it up and kind of dissipates.
Okay. And then I'll just send the cat over to the sleeping girl.
Okay.
Time to loot the body, or what's left of his physical form,
There
if
isn't
there's
really
anything.
There isn't really anything that he has dropped that he has like present on his person.
I just look at Lucian. We obliterated him.
Yeah, you guys fucked him up. But good. Romulus, you start looking around the area.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation roll if you would. Yeah, you spend some time at it. You manage to, in the building that this iota was kind of moving to, this building here, you go inside and you'd see that the majority of the people who have died are present in this room. It looks like someone entered into this space and basically just with a very large sword hacked people down and dead. There are burn marks on their bodies. They look like they're relatively fresh dead, like within the week, right? But it looks like someone exhibited a horrendous act in this space. In looking at it, it looks like the last reserve of the townsfolk. And standing at the door, or laying next to the door, is a figure that is clad in Eversoul plate armor, similar to the kind that you've seen on members of your Fated One company before, and that is laying around the manor fort all over the place, right? But it looks like this individual was struck down. The plate armor is broken, not inferior, so it would require more effort to repair than the ones back home. But it looks like his sword was knocked free of his hand, and it lays neatly kind of on the ground near his corpse. The sword doesn't look like it's... The sword doesn't look like it's like special or interesting in any way. It just looks like an Eversoul blade that isn't rusted like the ones back home. I would say the thing on his person that most interests you is that he has a ring on his hand and a bag at his belt, the bag of which has a single gem that looks like it's worth about 100 gold pieces.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the ring and the bag.
Okay.
And then, while everybody else is searching, can I ritual cast Identify on the ring?
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on a second here while I pull it. And then while I'm doing that, Orlok, Lucian, Zergo. I know, Zergo, you were searching the body, so were you, Orlok. There is something
I'm
that's...
investigating.
Okay, go ahead and
I'm
give me
investigating her.
give me an investigation roll as well. I'll allow for 2 people to kind of roll them out, and since we've got one, this will be the second one. Hell yeah. Okay. In the space that the guy was hiding in over here, it does look like there's like these very interesting trinkets and intricate things, but you see a small box. It looks like it almost looks like a paper box that is very well out of place. It kind of has like a salmon color to it, and when you walk over to it, your just arcane senses kind of tingle, and it appears to have like a magical sense to it. If you'd like, you can spend some time identifying it or kind of practicing with it, but because it has a command word or structure, it's going to require the spell identify to determine exactly what it is. But it is a magical. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have that spell. All I know is I've got intelligence arcana. I don't have a spell.
You got 2 wizards in the group, so yeah, one of them casts identify on a person. So you're aware that there is access to that. And when you come out to go, hey, I found this box, you would see that Romulus is in the middle of the courtyard, sat down with a ring and checking it.
Well, I'll drop it in the middle of his ritual then.
This
Area
too.
effect,
This too. This is fun as well. The ring is what the heck? What the hell? What the hell, Rings. There we go. It's got its own subsection in this spot. That's fun. It is a ring of feather falling, which is a rare magical item that says when you fall while wearing this ring, you descend 60 feet per round and take no damage from falling. Do you keep that?
Yeah. I'll keep it, and then for the box.
Wait? Are you sure you want to keep that? Because it kind of like destroys the whole Brent joke, right? Like
It does. Okay. But I've got some use for it for right now.
You're like, Romulus is non-Rooklyn. We're very different.
Yeah. See, when Romulus dies and Rooklyn comes back, I ain't touching this ring.
This ring is cursed. Wait, then
Yeah.
I'd want it.
Yeah.
The ring has been added to your character sheet. Will require attunement. The box is a folding rowboat. Now, if you're familiar with what a folding ship is, I think you might be, if you're older D&D players. But a folding boat allows you to unfold this item and create a boat. You can either create a rowboat or a massive galleon. It's like that, except it cannot be folded out into a galleon. It can just be folded out into a boat.
Useful. Okay.
That could be handy.
Yep.
Yep.
And I'll get that. It's going to require some tomfoolery on my side of the folding boat to make sure keel boat is not an option.
And we get Spelljammer as an option.
Yeah. For sure. Well, I don't even want to be here anymore. Zip, we're going to space. It's usually how these games end. When I say we want to go to space, it's like, oh, well, I'm out of ideas. It's pretty funny, and it happens all the time. I'm like, yeah, let's do space. Okay, so then you have the gem, the ring, and the boat. Are you keeping the boat, Lucian?
I might keep it for now and see if it's marketable or.
Yeah, well, there is a group that is planning on making their way. I believe the Sunday group. I believe they're planning on making their way to the water, and having a folding boat would be beneficial for them, like a folding rowboat. So if you want to mention that in the general chat, let them know, and I'll let them know prior. If they're okay to borrow it, they'd have to give it back, right?
Well, if they want to borrow it, that's one thing. If they want to outright buy it, that's
another thing. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think most of the people in the Sunday game. Let's see, 1, 2. There's 2 complete newbies, and then there are 2 people who've had a little bit of travel. I believe Joseph. You played with Joseph before, so they might be like inclined to maybe trade you. I think they got a decanter out of the deal. If you're interested in another one of those, but again, we'll discuss that off chat. Or off screen rather. 100 gold pieces isn't really a lot to split between 2 people, and you did get some pretty beneficial magical items here. Is there anything you want to kind of look to? There's the Eversoul sword inside the space, which isn't magical, but it is mastercrafted or masterwork. It gives you +1 to the damage rolls, but it is just a longsword.
I mean, I think me and the other Pact of the Blade are the only people that can actively use that, and it would require us to,
well,
what is it?
Reattune to it. So yeah, I'll move it to your sheet. I think that'll be fine, Zergo. It's definitely worth more than a regular longsword. And then to kind of even it out, the gem could go to Orlok as basically the split. It'll go boat to Lucian, ring to Romulus, gem to... is that fair? Or if you want to do a different...
That works for me.
Sounds fair to me.
Cool. Then I will go ahead and get those divvied out, and then you will recover her. She's going to be asleep the entire time. You make it back to the manor fort, and she will awaken at a later point.
We get Bartleby as well.
Bartleby, let's do him real quick. Oh, are you the king's men?
We come from the manor fort.
Oh, good. Yes, the last one that came didn't do too well. Arthur butchered him and others. I've been hiding for a while now. You saved Redra?
Yes, we did.
Oh, her mom, oh, her poor soul. She was troubled ever since she found that weird shrine. It would seem...
Shrine?
The shrine up north, it's still technically in the village, just a bit away from here. It's old standing stones. It's a small little a creek that kind of falls out the wayside of the river there. He's describing the place you just... Yeah.
Okay.
She found it some 7, 8, 9 years ago. It's been so long. She had horrible dreams thereafter, so bad they tore her apart. And then, well, I didn't know what to do with Redra. I'm just a poor fisherman here, serving under the king. There was some word about a war or something happening up north so long ago. But we didn't pay it any heed, and nothing's really changed of us. We haven't seen any caravans come through, as we normally do, but we've been stockpiling and maintaining our food storages. Well, if the king's sending us people, then he must be aware that there's the evil magic in the woods, the weird walkers, and the lights.
Blue lights?
No, that was Redra's problem. I didn't know what it was, but it wasn't malign or anything. It just kind of made it hard to sleep at night if I was in the same room, which I never was. My daughter is weird. But, it's still bright blue lights and scary. But didn't do anything. The lights in the forest are white lights. They call them the will-o'-the-wisps. That immediately caused the cat to fly at him.
Excellent.
My cats are looking at me from below when I did that. What? You want to hang out? No. I was just kidding. It was a joke. But yeah, Bartleby seems to explain to you that the town was only just recently attacked, like within the last day or two. Like, probably shortly after she left. Or shortly before she left, because she said he was coming. That being said, it seems that they are under the apprehension that there's a king, whose name is Eversoul, who lives in the city of Sunsend, and this hamlet would basically send fish up that way whenever a caravan would come through to pick them up for the king. Up the King's Road. The caravan would go up the King's Road. Sometimes they would stop at Lake Lorraine and just dump the fish in with the big boats. The big gnome boats that would travel up the river. Any other questions for Bartleby, though?
Nope.
All right.
No, I'm good.
You take him and his daughter, Redra, to safety. There will be NPCs at the Manor Fort. And with that, we'll go ahead and close out the session. We'll do experience off screen, of course. Thanks for watching, those that did, and we will see you at 7 as we begin another session. Thanks for watching. Stopping the stream.